Speaking as Milton Berle's agent, I'll see that he does it. Oh, he'll do it. He's coming over to discuss it. Right. Goodbye. Yes?
Mr. Berle is here.
One moment. Send him in. I'm in, pal. I'm in. How are you, Jerry?
Beautiful. I love your office. Beautifully decorated. Wonderful. Wall-to-wall Berle. That's beautiful. And, oh, another picture of my favorite comedian.
Milton.
Yeah, what is it?
Milton, sit down.
Hey, what is it, Jerry?
Milton, I called you in to talk about the part you're playing in the next movie.
Yeah?
Have you read the script yet?
Oh, I read this script, Jerry. It's a great role for me. An alcoholic, down-and-out, poor hobo.
Milton, this is a sensitive, serious role.
Oh, stop worrying. Are you kidding? Didn't I just finish Joe Levine's picture?
Before you start, the producer feels you should do a little research.
Research? What do you mean, research?
If you're going to play the part of an alcoholic derelict,
Yeah?
you've got to live like one.
What do you mean by that?
Well, when Paul Newman played the part of a prize fighter, he actually lived as a prize fighter for several weeks before he played the part.
Oh, really?
Yes. Marlon Brando lived as a cowboy before he played the part.
Gee, I wonder what part Sinatra's rehearsing for. I just asked, that's all.
You know what I mean.
No.
Dig into the character of this guy. Go down into the slums. Mingle with the men who only look forward to their bottle of booze every day.
Very simple. I'll spend the weekend with Dean Martin. That should be very good research.
Milton, by research, I mean you should go down and live like a derelict on Skid Row.
Live on Skid Row?
Yes.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not kidding.
Well, that's ridiculous.
I'm taking you to the South Side Soup Kitchen.
What is it?
I said I'm taking you to the South Side Soup Kitchen.
South Side Soup Kitchen?
There you are, sir. Just a minute. There you are. Nice piece of meat.
Oh, Lucy, I just love doing this volunteer work.
So do I.
Oh, we're out of plates.
Oh, dishwasher, more plates, right away.
That's it.
What's it?
I have done my last dish.
Oh, come on now, Mr. Mooney. You can't quit.
I am turning in my apron. 3 guys working out there in the kitchen just whistled at me.
So what?
But now, Mrs. Carmichael, I am not going to be washing dishes all day and all night.
We're not going to be here tonight.
No, but my wife makes me do them at home, too. Now I'm going to get my coat and go to the bank.
Oh.
Well, we lost the dishwasher.
Well, you know, maybe we should have let him put the lettuce on the salads. He's only happy when he's handling green stuff.
You know, Lucy, these men seem to be enjoying the food.
Yeah, I'm glad they're eating their dinner instead of drinking it. You know, I heard that last New Year's Day, they served chicken and wine sauce. They had over 200 chickens, and it was gone in 10 minutes.
They run out all that chicken in 10 minutes?
No, they ran out of wine sauce.
Well, I think they like what we're serving today.
I think they like the way it looks. It's attractive. For instance, look, this salad.
Oh, you like my salad?
I think it's beautiful. It's not just a hunk of lettuce thrown on the plate. It shows that you took time and patience. And I think the men appreciate that.
Well, I always was an artist of cottage cheese.
Oh, yes, sir. There you are, sir.
Did you see what he did to my salad?
Well, you're lucky the last guy put ketchup on it. Come on, let's get at at the pots and pans. We lost our fat dishwasher.
Well, this is it, Milton.
This is it. I was here once. Jack Benny took me here for dinner. And never forget, he picked up the check and left me with the tip. Boy, what a...
Milton,
Yeah.
you're not a comic. You're a derelict, an alcoholic.
Yeah.
And you're here to study the drunks.
I'm going to study him, and don't worry. I got a lot of practice. You know what I just did? I even filled this whiskey bottle with tea to make it authentic. See, I'm not a wino. I'm a T.O. Oh, Milton, even when you're a tramp, you're hilarious.
Good luck, Milton.
Yeah, look, hey, Jerry, I'll be back in the office in about 2 hours.
Wait a minute. What do you mean, a couple of hours?
Well, it'll take me that long to study the men. I'll be back there in a couple of hours.
Oh, Milton, it'll take much longer than a couple of hours.
Oh, you mean it'll take a couple of days?
No.
Good.
It'll take a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks. Goodbye.
If I live here, I may die here.
Got everything?
Yeah. Yeah, let's go. We've accomplished all we can for one day.
Well, I don't know about that, Mary Jane. I just wish we could have done more for these poor men.
What else could we do? We served over 100 meals. That's a lot.
Well, I mean, I'd like to do something permanent for them. You know, something worthwhile.
Like what?
Oh, I'd like to take one of these poor souls and make a man out of him again. I'd like to rehabilitate one of them. Now, that would be an accomplishment.
That would be a miracle.
Wow. I'd just like to take the most hopeless one. You know, someone who's really a challenge. Like that poor soul over there. Look at him. He's not sitting with the others. He's not talking to anybody. Just drinking his life away. Now, that's a challenge if I ever saw one. Pardon me, sir.
Yeah,
I noticed you're not eating.
I'm not hungry.
Just a little hot soup, maybe?
No, look, lady, would you please just leave me alone? I just want to sit here. I don't want any help.
Mary Jane, this is my man. I am going to rehabilitate that man.
Don't you think it's a little too late?
No. Come on, you poor soul. We're taking you out of here.
I don't want to go. I want to stay here. I don't want to live. I want to die.
Oh, Mary Jane, he's perfect. He wants to die and everything. Oh, come on, help me with him.
Oh, no, I want to stay here.
Now, you're coming
No,
with
you
us.
women stay
Come
away.
on, sir,
No, you
come
don't
with
understand.
us.
I won't go.
You don't
No,
understand.
I
You
won't
don't
go.
know what I'm
No, I
gonna
have to
do
stay.
for you.
I have to stay here.
No,
I have to stay. No, please, let go of my hand.
Stay here and let us help you. Mary Jane, go find him a place to stay.
I don't want a place to stay.
No.
I don't want a place to stay. Don't lock the door.
They're staying
Don't
right here.
Don't lock the
They're
door,
staying
please.
right here.
Oh, no. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out
You're
of here.
not getting out of here. You're staying right here.
Yeah.
I don't want you sleeping on any park bench tonight. You're going to feel a lot better sleeping in a nice, soft bed.
Soft beds are very bad for me. 'Cause
Why?
I have a bad back.
You have a
see?
bad back?
Yeah, I walk funny. See this? I walk funny.
Oh, well, that's terrible.
That's why I have a bad back.
Yeah, all right. Well, don't you worry. Things are going to be a lot different now that I've found you.
Yeah, I wish you'd lose me. Goodbye.
Now, look, don't be hostile.
I'm not hostile.
I'm only trying to help you, Mr. I don't even know your name.
Berman.
Berman?
Yeah. Mr. Berman.
Mr. Berman.
Yeah.
Just like the comedian Shelley Berman. And you know something? I'll bet you could be just as successful as he is if you tried. What's your first name, Mr. Berman?
Herman.
Herman Berman?
Well, you see, lady, my father was a poet, and he named my sister Sherman Berman. I have to go. I gotta
No,
get it.
you can't.
I gotta go, lady. I have to
You're
go.
gonna stay here. You need help, and I'm gonna give it to you.
Oh, no, please,
I'm
lady.
gonna give you a fresh start. Don't you
You
understand?
do me a favor. Open the door and give me a new start.
No! Now you're gonna get yourself all cleaned up.
I'm not.
Yes, you
Don't
are.
take my coat off. No,
Yes,
lady,
you
please.
are. You're gonna get shaved and all cleaned
Please.
up, and I'm gonna wash your
Wait a
shirt
minute.
for you.
What are you-
I'm gonna give you a nice one.
No, please.
You're gonna be
There's
a
a
new
draft
man.
around here, lady.
You're gonna be a new man now.
I don't want to be. I
Yes,
want to
now
be
listen.
what I am. I want to be a derelict
You're
and
gonna
a bum.
feel a lot better when you get shaved and washed and cleaned. You know, I'd swear I've seen you some other place. If it wasn't for that scar, where did you get that scar?
What's this guy?
Yeah.
Oh, I did it myself.
How?
I was so depressed I wanted to cut my wrist, and I had bad aim.
I gotta get out of here.
No, you don't. Now, you do need help.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you stay right here while I get some towels and things, get you all freshened up, and I'll give you a nice, clean shirt. Now, you just sit back and relax.
Yeah.
Now, let me take the
Oh,
bottle.
no!
All right.
Oh, she'll take my
All
bottle.
right, okay.
This is my
All
bottle.
right, okay. You'll be a good boy now till I get back.
Yeah.
I'll get you some towels.
Yeah, give me some time. I forgot the sugar. Hey, gentlemen.
Come on now, I want you.
Oh, come on, look for the night.
Oh, Mr. Berman.
Yes,
You've been drinking again.
How can you tell?
Oh, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, my bottle is empty.
Well-
I got no more liquor.
Well, look, you give me this, and I'll make you some tea.
No! Don't make any more tea.
Oh, all right, okay.
Don't make any more tea.
All right.
Ah! Ah!
What's the matter?
Don't let it get me.
What?
Don't let it get me. That big hairy spider up there in the chandelier.
There's a big hairy spider?
Yeah, right up there in the chandelier.
On the chandelier?
Yeah, right up there.
Well, I don't see any hairy spider. We don't even have a chandelier. Oh, go away. Now, it's all gone.
Is he gone?
Yeah, it's all gone.
Yeah, it's good.
It's all gone now.
What about that giant bee?
Where?
Right over there.
You see a giant bee?
There's a giant bee over there.
All right, I'll get them.
Ah, the bee! Get away, bee! Oh. The giant bee's coming
Where's
at me.
the bee?
He's attacking me.
Where?
There he is.
Kill him, huh?
Here he is on my cheek.
There he is. Yeah, right there.
Did you kill a bee?
That bee right
What
there.
about that purple giraffe?
Where?
Behind you. Kill it.
Yeah.
Kill it. No, you hit him in the knee. A little higher. Kill it. Give him a
All right, I'll kill him.
There.
I got him right between the eyes.
Yeah, no. You can't kill a giraffe like that.
Oh, yes, I can.
Not
This
with
is
this.
giraffe spray.
It's a giraffe.
Yes, he's falling.
He's up. Ah!
He's dying.
The giraffe is dying.
Yeah, he's dead.
How did you get to the giraffe? Oh!
He's dead.
I know he's
He's
dead.
dead.
Oh, my giraffe. I feel terrible.
Well, why? He was a mean old giraffe to scare you.
I messed up your room with the terrible dead giraffe.
Oh, that's all right. I'll sweep it under the rug.
Yeah.
Now, come on. No. What's the
Don't
matter?
step on the giraffe.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Pick him up.
Yeah, well, I want you to lie down.
No, I'm never going to lie down.
Come on.
I can't rest till we get this giraffe out of here.
Oh, boy, you may be drunk, but you sure are neat.
If there's one thing I can't stand is to have a dead giraffe in a living room.
Oh, okay. All right. If you make you happy, we'll get it out of
All
here.
right, pick it up. Oh!
What's the matter?
You picked up the bee.
Ah!
Now pick up the giraffe.
Okay.
All right. I'll take him this side.
All right.
I'll take him this side.
All right.
And we'll put him over here.
All right. What end have I got?
I don't know. I guess you got the other. I got the head.
Yeah, figures I got the heavy end.
Yeah.
All right. What do we do with him now?
Get open the door. Let him out.
I got to open the door?
Open the door. Open the door.
I got to put him down first.
Put him down first.
Yeah.
Open the door.
Okay.
Open the door.
Yeah, I will.
Get the key.
Yeah, I'll open it.
I can't stand a dead giraffe in here.
It's all right. We'll get him out.
Now pick him up.
Okay.
Back up.
I am.
I gotta get his neck out.
How long is his
Oh,
neck?
about so long.
How long?
Oh, so long.
Here, hold the giraffe.
Don't bring me back.
Say,
Don't bring me
you are
back.
staying right here. Now you stop running away. This doesn't make any sense. We're trying to help
But
you.
you're not helping me. You're hurting me. And if you don't stop, I swear I'll kill you 1,000,000 times.
Did you hear what he said? I'll kill you 1,000,000 times.
I did not. I did not say that.
No wonder he looks familiar. And that funny walk. Do you know who he is?
Sure, that's who it is.
He's Jackie Gleason.
Oh, no.
Oh, Lucy, it's Milton Berle.
Milton Berle? Oh, I knew his show went off the air, but I never thought he'd come to this.
I used to watch his show, and I thought he'd come to this.
Listen, I am not Milton Berle.
Well, you look just like him.
Well, it's the mistake because I'm his twin brother, Arthur Berle.
I didn't know he had a twin brother.
Yeah, well, nobody does. No, nobody does. My brother, Milton, he keeps me hidden because he knows that I'm funnier than he is. He stole all my jokes and stole everything from me.
He didn't.
Yes, he did. And you know all those things? I swear I'll kill you 1,000,000 times?
Yeah?
He stole that from me.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and a funny walk and all that stuff.
That was yours?
Yeah, that was all mine.
And he's making a fortune on that stuff. Oh,
That's
that's
right.
terrible. That is terrible.
Yeah.
Why, I think Milton Berle even steals from his own brother. I think he should be exposed.
No. Oh, no.
Why not?
It would only get me into trouble. You see, I swore to everybody, if I ever told anybody that I was his brother, you know what he'd do? He'd kill me 1,000,000.
Well, that's just terrible. That is just terrible.
Yeah, it is.
Is there anything that we can do to help you, Arthur?
Yes, there is something.
What? Anything?
Please let me go. Just please let me go and let me keep my secret. Huh?
Well, if that's what you want.
It's not what I want. It's what I must do. It's a far better thing I do than I have ever done before. I must go. I must go off into oblivion so my brother Milton can remain a star. Parting is such sweet sorrow, but I must go. I must go. You gotta get that giraffe out of here.
Gee, that's sad.
That is a very sad story.
I meant his acting.
Well, I just think it's horrible that Milton Berle can live in luxury and let his poor brother starve. Oh, honestly. Mary Jane, I'm taking an oath. Somewhere, someday, somehow, I'm gonna fix that Milton Berle.
Well, Mr. Mooney, I must say that you were certainly one of the most progressive executives at the bank.
Well, thank you, Mr. Potter. But since we are financing the picture, I thought we might as well get in on the publicity.
As a matter of fact, this may turn out to be a better idea than that free soup kitchen. That got us a lot of goodwill.
Yes, and dishpan hands, too. Well, I'll get some refreshments, and you just wait over there a minute.
Fine,
I'll be
thank
right
you.
with
Would you like to buy my flower? Flower? Would you like to buy my flower?
No, thank you.
Mr. Mooney.
Mrs. Carmichael!
What are you doing here?
What are you doing in that cheesy Mary Poppins outfit?
I read that Milton Berle was going to be here for a press party today.
And you want to give him that dress to wear in his act?
He'll be here for a very humane reason.
A very humane reason?
Yes. 2 weeks ago, I took an oath because poor Mr. Berle, Arthur, not Milton, saw purple giraffes and hairy spiders and because his brother, Milton, not Arthur, stole his very funny walk and his I'll kill you 1,000,000 times. He stole all that, and this is my chance to get even with Milton, not Arthur, for making him see giant bees and bats in his hair, live his whole life out of a bottle and everything.
Mrs. Carmichael, I haven't been so confused since our bank started compounding interest daily. just answer one question. Whatever you're going to do, are you going to do it to me? Oh, well, that's worth a flower any day. No? Oh.
Hello, folks. How are you? Welcome to my press party, and I'm very glad to see you. Hello, George. Hello, Eleanor. Hello, Sid.
How are you? Hope you have a good story for us.
Always have a good story for the press. Sit down.
Uncle Milton!
That's me.
Can I have your autograph, please?
He wants my autograph.
I saw you do your act 20 years ago in Cincinnati.
Really?
Yeah. And 2 weeks ago in Las Vegas, I saw you do the same act.
Shall we sit down, Eleanor? Everybody gather around. We have quite a few things. Well, Eleanor?
Now, Milton.
Yes, darling?
The one thing I want to tell my readers is that
Yeah.
despite your brashness, you really have a heart of gold.
Well, Eleanor, I've tried not to lose my humbleness.
Buy my flowers,
You know what I mean?
lady. Buy my flowers. Milton Berle.
They all know me. They all know me from king to commoner. And she's a little commoner than most.
Oh, he looks just like his twin brother.
What?
I didn't know you had a twin brother.
Yeah, well, they don't look much like anymore, you see, because this one's so well-fed and his brother's starving.
Oh, wait a minute, young lady. Wait a minute.
Oh, are you finished with that?
Boy, that's just an olive pit.
Oh, it's all right. I'll grind it up for your brother. He can make soup for his whole family.
His brother is that poor?
Yeah. His brother and I have stood in lots of bread lines together down on Skid Row. I take the crust and I let him have the soft part because he doesn't have any teeth at all.
Please, don't write that down. Don't write that down, please.
Do you want the names of his 9 kids or your story?
His twin brother has 9 kids.
Yeah, the smallest one is named Tiny Tim.
Now, wait a minute. Oh, sorry, Eleanor. I didn't...
Food. I want this for your
No,
brother.
get away
I
from
want
it.
all this
No,
food
get
for
away
your
from there.
brother.
Get
I want
away.
to take it home for your brother. See, your brother doesn't get any greens at all, so I have to take it home. Unless his bread gets moldy, he doesn't get anything like this.
Now, give me that.
Just a minute. Stop kicking that little old lady.
Now, this is all a mistake.
It's a mistake.
Yeah.
This is why you can have your old autograph back. And you can't be my Uncle Milty anymore either.
Now, are you satisfied? Are you satisfied?
Yeah, that'll teach you to be mean to your brother and steal his jokes and make him see purple giraffes.
I was... Purple giraffe.
Yeah.
Now I know who you are. You're the kook from the soup kitchen.
How'd you know that?
How did I know? Because I was the one that you dragged to your apartment. I was the one who saw the purple giraffe.
Are you Arthur Berle?
No, I am not Arthur Berle. There is no Arthur Berle.
Well, who are you?
I am Milton Berle. That was me down there on Skid Row.
You were on Skid Row?
That's right, I was on Skid Row. Now you embarrassed me terribly in front of all my press and the friends here. Now will you straighten the whole thing out? Straighten it out once and for all.
I'd be very happy to straighten the whole thing out.
You're darn right.
I'd be very happy to. Milton Berle does not have a twin brother.
That's right, I don't have a twin brother.
But Milton Berle is the cheapest man in the whole world.
What?
You ought to be ashamed of yourself, a rich man like you, eating in free soup kitchens just so you save a few pennies. Yeah, you want free food, I'll give it to you.
Wait a minute. Listen, everybody. This is embarrassing. I was down there on Skid Row, but I was doing a real research for the role that I'm portraying in my next picture. I played the part of an alcoholic. And you, look at the mess you got me in.
I'm sorry.
You got the mess.
I'm sorry.
If you weren't a girl,
I'm
I'd hit you
sorry.
right in the mouth.
I didn't
You know
mean
what
to.
I'm trying to
I
tell
didn't
you?
mean to.
I was talking.
Well,
but
I
I
didn't
tried to
mean
tell
to. Oh, Mr. Mooney, more packages?
Oh, that's the last batch.
Well, I certainly admire someone who gets their shopping done early.
Well, the spirit of Christmas is giving. I buy early so I can give early. That way others have time to reciprocate. Then they get a chance to enjoy giving.
Oh, I see. Well, I love to give, too, but this year I just can't afford to be extravagant. Usually I get so carried away with the Christmas spirit that by New Year's I can't even pay my bills.
I can vouch for that.
Well, this year I'm really cutting down. I'm just going to get a little tree, you know, one of those little ones that sits on a table. Last year I got a great big tree. Cost me $20.
I wouldn't pay $20 for a tree if Tarzan and Jane were living in it.
Well, you see, except for the children, I'm not even giving any gifts this year. I'm really cutting down.
Well, I'm proud of your decision not to be extravagant. You know, working for the bank has been a good influence. Some of its conservatism has rubbed off on you.
Yeah, I wish some of its money would.
Here, now, we'll have none of that.
Oh, I was just kidding.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and Mrs. Carmichael.
Yes, sir.
I would like you to put the names from those packages on these Christmas gift cards.
Yes.
For you to correspond with those.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, and, Mr. Mooney, since we're on the, we're talking about Christmas presents, I'm not going to be able to give you anything this year, so please, please don't embarrass me and give me anything.
Oh, well, all right. In that case, yes.
Oh, you already bought me something?
Well, I'm sure it can be returned.
Oh, what is it, Mr. Mooney?
Well, what's the difference? You're not getting it.
Oh, but it's such a pretty package. Won't you just give me a hint?
No.
Just one little hint?
All right. It's a hand-knit sweater imported from Italy.
Oh, Mr. Mooney, you shouldn't have.
I'm not.
Oh, well, nevertheless, it's the thought that counts, and that was pretty good thinking.
And now, if you don't mind, would you get busy with those cards,
Yes,
please?
yes, sir.
Oh, and Mrs. Carmichael.
Yes, sir.
Now, remember, each one of these packages has a slip of paper with the name of the person it goes to.
Yes.
Now, I want you to put the name on a gift card.
Yes.
Then put the corresponding card on the corresponding package.
Yes.
Now, do you understand that?
A 10-year-old child could understand that.
Well, I don't have a 10-year-old child. I had to settle for you. It's the season to be jolly. How are you doing, Mrs. Carmichael?
Just fine.
That's...
Mrs. Carmichael! What have you done?
I was just doing what you told me to do.
Not that way! Now how will we know which card goes on which package?
Oh, Mr. Mooney, their names are right here, and you know what you got them.
But I don't know what's in the packages. Why, I can't tell my Aunt Clara's umbrella from my nephew's baseball bat.
I'm sorry.
Aunt Clara would look pretty silly standing out in the rain holding up a baseball bat.
I don't know why you have to raise your voice like that. I'm not mad at you. If you'd always holler at me, I wouldn't make so many mistakes. I don't know. You shouldn't holler at people anyway, especially at this time of year. You should have goodwill towards your fellow man, even if he's a woman.
I guess you're right, Mrs. Carmichael. I know at times I get quick-tempered and I holler when maybe it would be better to explain things quietly, to reason with you constructively. I know you try.
Thank you, Mr. Mooney.
Mrs. Carmichael,
Yes?
I want you to take this.
Oh, thank you.
Back to the store and get a refund. And with the money, you will buy enough ribbon and wrapping paper to redo all of those packages.
Yes, sir.
And Mrs. Carmichael,
Yes?
You are very lucky that I don't know which package the baseball bat is in.
May I help you?
Oh, yes, I'm looking for a Christmas tree.
What size?
Well, this year I've decided to get a small tree, something small enough to put on a table.
Well, these small trees are very popular. They come in all the pastel colors.
Yeah, I'll say they do.
We can spray them in any color.
Well, could you spray one green so it'll look like a Christmas tree?
This must be your first Christmas in Hollywood.
Yes, it is.
Well, the small green trees are right over here.
Oh.
Right through there.
Right here?
That's it. There they are.
Oh. This one?
Yes.
Oh, it's nice, but it's awfully small.
But you said you wanted a small tree.
Yeah, well, I know, but after you've been used to a big tree, a small tree just doesn't seem to say Merry Christmas.
But you said you wanted a small tree.
Yeah, I know, I do, but not too small. I'd like a tree that's small enough to put on a table, but tall enough to reach the ceiling. Sort of half and half.
Half and half?
Yeah, half table, half tree.
How tall is your ceiling?
Oh, dear, I'm not very good at judging heights. Let's see, how tall are you?
Well, I'm about 5'4".
Would you mind getting up on that box over there? Yes, please. I just want to get an idea.
Up on that?
Yes, please. Could you stand a little straighter, please? Gee, it's hard to get an idea like this. Would you mind spreading your branches?
Spreading my what?
Spreading your branches. You know, spread your arms out like a little Christmas tree.
Okay, then.
Oh, that looks better. Oh, yeah, make it a little full. Give it a little fullness. Spread your little branches.
My little branches?
Yeah, your fingers. Your fingers. That's right. I don't know, you still look a little bare. Of course, this is without ornaments and everything.
Well, maybe you'd like to throw some tinsel on it.
No, you look just fine. Oh, there's just one thing more. Would you put this up on your head? I just want to get an idea of the height. Yeah. Now, spread your branches. Oh. Yeah, that looks good. That's perfect. Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you. Gee, you make a wonderful tree.
Oh, please, not in front of the dog. Lady,
Yeah.
what you want is a medium tree. Now, they're right over here.
A medium?
Yes, medium. Now, here's a nice full tree.
Yes, it's nice, but I guess I'm spoiled from the big trees we have back home. It's very nice, but it just doesn't say Merry Christmas.
Well, none of our trees talk.
Well, maybe something a bit bigger. Oh, now there's a tree that says Merry Christmas. Oh.
You started a small tree, you said.
Yeah, I know I did, but how much is this tree?
Oh, these run about $20, but this is our display sample.
Yeah, but it is for sale now, isn't it?
But, lady, you can't... Okay, lady. Charlie!
It's just...
Yeah, boss.
This lady wants this tree. Now, how long will it take you to get all those ornaments off?
But, boss, it took me an hour to get them on.
I want to get rid of it. I want to satisfy this customer.
Okay.
Oh, just beautiful. Oh, I just love that tree. I'm sorry to be such a nuisance, but I've always been like a kid about Christmas, and I just love it.
Is there anything else, lady?
Well, yes, I could use a wreath for my door.
Oh, right over here. I've got wreaths here.
Okay.
Wreaths and candy canes and pine cone clusters.
Oh, yes, they're all so beautiful. Gee, I love them. I'm still a little girl about Christmas.
I used to like Christmas, too.
What was that?
I say I like Christmas, too.
Oh, what's that?
Oh, this is mistletoe.
Oh. Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Oh, you want some mistletoe, huh?
No. I'm a widow, and I live alone. I don't have anyone to mistle with. But I will take one of those wreaths.
Oh, good.
That's a pretty one.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, lady. Your tree is ready.
Oh, thank you very much. Oh, dear. Now that I see it without the ornaments, it doesn't look quite the same. Well, I guess by the time I decorate, how much is it?
What, the tree will be $15.
Uh-huh.
And then the wreath...
Oh, I didn't see that tree. Now, there's a tree that really says Merry Christmas.
Now they're all talking.
Oh, this is a beauty. How much is it?
Oh, lady, take that for $15. Now throw the wreath in.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you very much.
And it'll be $1 for delivery.
Oh, well, I've already spent more than I intended to, so I'll just take it right along with me.
Oh, lady, are you sure you can manage it?
Oh, sure. Yep, don't worry about a thing. I've done this many, many times, and for years, I've always taken care of all the trees that we ever had. Oh, I'm afraid I tipped over that little tree. Come in, the door's open.
Where are you, Mrs. Carmichael?
I'm over here under the Christmas tree.
Oh, what a lovely sight.
Thank you.
I wish I could gift wrap you and give you away for Christmas.
Oh, now you don't mean that, Mr. Mooney, especially this time of year.
Now then, why did you ask me to drop by?
Well, for one thing, I wanted you to see my beautiful Christmas tree.
I also see you kept your word about getting a small tree. What kind of a small tree is that? A redwood?
Well, I just couldn't seem to find a small tree that said Merry Christmas. I realize that tree's a little extravagant, but you have to admit it does say Merry Christmas.
And a bankrupt New Year. I thought you weren't going to give gifts this year.
Oh, I wasn't, but a big tree like that looks so bare without any presents under it.
Oh, now I know why you asked me to stop by. It's the Christmas season, and once again you have gone for broke and made it. And now I suppose you want a loan from the bank.
No, I don't.
You don't?
No, I want you to loan me the bank.
Loan you the bank?
Uh-huh.
Good heavens, you didn't get in that deep.
Oh, no. I don't want anything for myself. I just want to bring some boys from Jerry's school into your bank to sing Christmas carols.
What?
Christmas isn't Christmas without carolers. Remember back in Danfield, I used to bring the little fellows around every year?
I remember.
Well, now, whether you like this or not, my boys always raised a lot of money for our Christmas charities.
Well, granted, it was for a good cause, but out here, it's impossible.
Impossible? Why?
I am not the manager of this bank. I am new here, and I'd like to get old here. So, if you'll excuse me...
Oh, but Mr. Mooney, really, you should hear them. They've been rehearsing all week. They're so good. If you could just... They're just...
I will...
Oh, hi, darling. Hi, fellas. Hi, Mr. Mooney. I want you to meet some of our carolers. This is Barry, Newton, and Malcolm. Fellas, Mr. Mooney's the man who is going to let us sing in his bank.
Will you stop calling it my bank?
Well, whether it's your bank or not, you could put in a good word for us.
All right, I'll put in a good word, and the word is no.
Oh,
goodbye. Excuse me.
Mr. Mooney.
Hey, mister, you forgot your hat.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh, Malcolm.
I was fixing my bicycle.
He just got a little grease on him.
He's got enough grease on him to swim the English Channel. Goodbye.
Malcolm. Oh, hello, boys. Stanley, didn't you forget to take off your skates?
I lost my skate key.
Oh, not again. Oh, Bruce, Lenny, Lester, Steve, and Stanley. This is Mr. Mooney, who is...
Just leaving. Step aside, youngster. Take an aisle, please.
Mr. Mooney, before you go.
Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Hi, Nelson, Homer, Lloyd, Linda.
I don't care if they're Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, and Rudolph the greasy-nosed reindeer. Now, you tell your mob to disperse. I'm getting out of here if I have to use tear gas.
Oh, please, Mr. Mooney, you can't turn us down. Just look at their little faces.
I will not be intimidated.
Oh, please, Mr. Mooney, it would mean so much to the boys. And you know, it is our duty as citizens to encourage these boys to have healthy activities to keep them off the street.
Right now, they're keeping me off the street.
Mr. Mooney, carolers singing in your bank for charity will create a lot of goodwill.
Mrs. Carmichael, I wish you would stop making me feel like Scrooge. Now, back in Danfield, a bunch of kids singing in a bank was fine. But we are in a big city now. Danfield was a little town.
Well, so was Bethlehem.
What has Bethlehem got to do with Christmas carols and the spirit... You baffle me, Mrs. Carmichael. I know I'm smarter than you are, but I could never win an argument.
You mean you will put in a good word for us?
Well, I think I can get the bank to see it our way.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Mooney. Hey, fellas, let's hear it for Mr. Mooney. Praise the Dollar Bell, oh, praise the Dollar Bell, oh, praise the Dollar Bell,
On the fourth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 4 calling birds, 3 red hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 5th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a partridge in a pear tree. On the 6th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 6 geese a laying, 5 golden.
All right, hold it. Barry and Newton, come here. Now, one of you was saying 6 geese a laying when you should have been saying 7 swans a swimming.
He said 6 geese a laying. I did not. It was you that got mixed up. It was not. It was 2.
Now,
Let me see you prove it. Oh,
Now, none of that. Now, that was entirely uncalled for, Barry. I'm going to have to separate you 2 boys. Now, you stand there. You get up and change places with little Malcolm.
Okay.
Come on, Malcolm. You come down here now. Stand right here. Malcolm. Where's Malcolm? Malcolm? Where is Malcolm?
He was here a minute ago.
Well, now, this is ridiculous. Now, this is no time to play games, Malcolm. This is serious business. Malcolm, come in. Malcolm!
Yes?
Well, where have you been?
Outside.
I didn't see you leave the room.
I fell out the window.
Oh!
I'm okay.
Oh, good heavens. Close that window. And be careful. Oh, Malcolm, now you stay right here where I can see you. Good heavens. Now, let's make sure we're all here. If there are any boys who aren't here, will they please raise their hands?
What did you say, Mom?
Oh, well, I guess they're all here. Now, look, boys. I know the lyrics to this song gets more and more difficult as you go along. Some of you are saying 6 geese a laying when you should be saying 7 swans a swimming. So I'll cue you. Now you watch me. This is geese a laying, and this is swans a swimming. Now let's take it from the 7th day of Christmas. Everybody. Okay, now 1, 2, 3.
On the 7th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying, 4 golden wrens, 4 calling birds, 3 red hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree.
Come here. Now, what's happened? You started out a bass, you wound up a soprano.
I can't help it, Mrs. Carmichael. It just goes like that.
Oh, dear. Well, now, why don't you try to do what I told you to do? Think low.
All right, Mrs. Carmichael.
Oh, dear, what am I going to do? We've got to have a bass for the choir. We can't go on.
Anybody home?
Mr. Mooney, would you repeat what you just said?
All I said was, anybody home?
Fellas, our troubles are over. We found our bass. Let's hear it for Mr. Mooney.
Praise the Dollar Bell, oh, praise the Dollar Bell, oh, praise the Dollar Bell, oh. There's nobody
And a partridge in a pear tree.
On the seventh day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 6 geese, a laying, cooing, and 4 calling birds, 3 red hens, 2 turtle doves,
And a partridge in a pear tree.
On the 8th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 8 maids a milking, 6 geese a laying, 5
Sorry, boys. We got a little mixed up. I'm terribly sorry, sir. Boys, now you watch me, and I'll help you through the lyric with the cues. Now, remember? Now we'll start with the 8th day of Christmas. All right, now, everybody. I'm terribly sorry. Forgive us. On the 8th day of Christmas. 1, 2, 3.
On the 8th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 8 maids a milking, 7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 red hens, 2 turtle doves.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
On the 9th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids a milking, 7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 red hens, 2 turtle doves.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
On the 10th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 10 lords a leaping, 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids a milking, 7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 red hens, 2 turtle doves.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
On the 11th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 11 pipers piping, 10 lords a leaping, 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids a milking, 7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 red hens, 2 turtle doves.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 12 drummers drumming, 11 pipers piping, 10 lords a leaping, 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids a milking, 7 swans a swimming, 6 geese a laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 red hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree.
Partridge in a pear
Merry Christmas, everybody. Mr. Mooney's office. No, he just stepped out for a few moments. I don't know where he is. No, well, could I take a message? He ought to be back in a few minutes. Uh-huh. Well, okay. Oh, Mr. Mooney, I didn't see you come back in.
Well, now you can pretend that you didn't see me go back out either.
Oh, leaving before quitting time? Shame on Mr. Mooney. Shame on Mr. Mooney.
Hey, knock it off, Mrs. Carmichael. Since you came to work here, I can't get away with a thing.
No, I wouldn't snitch on you. Where are you going?
None of your business.
Why can't you tell me where you're going?
Because it's my little hideaway. An oasis away from home. Just 2 hours on the freeway, and there it is. Remote, secluded, spectacular, and smog-free.
Well, your own little hideaway. Mm-hmm. What's the name of the place?
That is top secret.
Well, if anything important comes up, I can always find out where you are from your wife.
No, you can't, because that's who I'm hiding away from.
Mr. Mooney's office. Oh, hi, Mary Jane. No, I can talk. Captain Bligh just left. What? Oh, I can leave any time now. You know the old saying, when the cat's away, the mice quit early. Yeah, see you later. Turn that thing off. I can't hear anything. Now, what do you want?
I I was told to pick up the Wilcox escrow papers and be sure they were signed by Mr. Mooney.
Wilcox escrow papers. Oh, yeah, here they are. Oh, good heavens. Mr. Mooney forgot to sign them.
Oh, boy, is he in a jam.
Not half as much as I am. I forgot to give them to him. Maybe I can catch him.
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
I just saw him drive out the parking lot.
Oh, dear.
Where was he going?
I don't know. He wouldn't tell me. All I know is that it's someplace just 2 hours on the freeway.
Here's a newspaper. Let's check the resort section.
That's a good idea. Wouldn't be in this first part, would it? Help wanted. I better save that. I might need them. Here it is. Here it is. Here's some. Now, this is the Tyrol room, the Roundup. No, that's right over here. That's Spanish Hacienda, Lazy Days. Oh, here's one. Only 2 hours from town. Fun and frolic in nature's wonderland. Enjoy golf, tennis, and horseback riding. Shady Nook Nudist Colony.
You think he went to a nudist colony?
Oh, not Mr. Mooney. He used to blush when he watched Naked City. See, now, we gotta find something that's just 2 hours from town.
Well, I'd love to stay and help you, but I got work to do.
Okay.
Just 2 hours from town on the freeway.
Hold it.
An oasis away from home. It's the Tumbleweed Inn at Indian Rock. Remote, secluded, and smog-free.
Those are the exact words Mr. Mooney used.
Get a pen and write down the address.
Okay. Indian Weed Inn in Tumble Rock.
Remember, folks, it's not to be confused with the Indian Weed Inn in Tumble Rock. This is the Tumbleweed Inn in Indian Rock.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome at the Tumbleweed Inn anytime.
Critter, the social director here. If you plan to stay, just put your X right there.
Oh, no, I'm just looking for Mr. Mooney.
Mooney?
Mr.
Mooney.
Theodore J. Mooney. He's kind of stocky and dark, has a mustache, and never smiles, stern and dignified.
Oh, you mean Hopalong.
Hopalong?
Yeah, he just checked in. He should be moseying around here someplace. There he is now. Hello, Hoppy.
Oh, Mr. Mooney.
How did you find me?
Well, now, Mr. Mooney, I just moseyed in off the freeway.
Mrs. Carmichael, where you're concerned, the word is nosy, not mosey.
You don't understand. I had to find you. You left the bank without signing the Wilcox papers.
Good heavens, the Wilcox papers?
Yes, and they're very important.
Oh, well, of course, a slip-up like that could cost me my job.
I know.
Yeah, well, give me the papers. I'll sign them. Okay. Have you got a pen?
Yes, I have everything.
Yes.
Here's
Thank you.
everything but the papers.
Don't tell me you left them at the bank.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was in such a hurry, Mr. Mooney. I must have left them on my desk.
But they have to be out tonight.
I know. I'll call Herbie. I'll have him bring them out here.
All right, that's right. That'll take a couple of hours.
Yeah, but...
I have a spirited Mustang outside. I might hit the trail.
Okay.
And you stay here and get those papers to me just as soon as you can.
Oh, you know I will.
Oh, I know
you know I will.
Oh,
I'm terribly sorry.
Here, where are you two varmints going?
Don't worry, we'll be back in plenty of time, Mr. Critter.
Come back here.
We just wanted to check out our oil well again.
Aye, doggies, you two young braves have been messing around with that oil well all summer. You ain't found enough oil in it to wet a dipstick.
But, Tex, if it comes in, it'll pay our way through college. And we sure don't make enough around here for that.
Never mind that. All right, go ahead. But be sure and be back in time for the ceremonial dance.
Honest Injun will be there on time, in full costume, in war paint, the whole bit.
Hey, wait a minute. By the way, why don't you do something different than the war dance?
Why? The tourists always enjoy the war dance.
Well, how come you never do the rain dance?
Are you kidding? We can't do the rain dance. That's sacred to our tribe. That's one tradition they won't let us fool around with. As my father says, Nakawa wati shashani tekiabaki.
Well, what does that mean?
Beats me. I never did dig that language.
Now, look. There's one thing I don't understand. Your father is the chief, and your father is the medicine man. How come two sharp college kids like you can't talk them into changing their customs?
Tex, you know how the old boys are. They're orthodox.
Yeah, well, all right. I don't want you to come around the hotel looking like this. When you're around the guests, I want you to look like Indians and talk like Indians.
We understand. We got to keep 'em public image.
Ugh!
Let's go, Dick.
All right. Come on, you nature lovers. Time for the hike. Move out now. Say, what about you, little maverick? Ain't you come along with old Uncle Tex?
Well, no, thanks. I'm waiting for some very important papers. They're coming out by messenger.
Oh, well, now that's too bad, because you're going to miss all the fun.
Well, thanks, anyway.
All right. Get 'em up and move 'em out! All right, there. On the hike, all of you. Let's go. Rusty day. Come around, gather around here. That's right, hunker down and be comfy. Now, this is a Joshua tree, and there's a real romantic story behind it. You know all about the birds and the bees. Well, this is a love triangle between two Joshua trees and a little bee called the Joshua Tree Bee. See? The Joshua trees depend on this little bee to carry the pollen from one to the other. You know, it makes me feel poetic. Where would the Joshua tree be without the Joshua tree bee? Well, let's move along here. Now, wait a minute. You want to look out for souvenirs here. This place is loaded with Indians around here, and if you keep a sharp eye out, you might find some old arrowheads or other bits of remnants of the tribe.
Are there still Indians around here?
Oh, yeah, quite a few.
Well, are they hostile?
No, they're Cheyenne. Get 'em up and move 'em out! Well, howdy there, little lady. Decided to join us after all, huh?
No, I'm just looking for my boss. I finally got those papers that he's supposed to sign. Have you seen Mr. Mooney?
Mooney?
Hop along.
Oh, hopping. He went that way. Get him up and move him out!
Sons too busy to join fathers?
No, Father. It's just that Vince and I were going to go over...
My son not named Vince. Him named Wolf with nose like Anteater. Do you know steak too?
No, my father. You see, I was going over the oil well with Dick, and then...
My son not named Dick. Call him by Indian name.
Sorry. I was going over to the oil well with Running Bear, who smelled like skunk.
You waste much time on white man's ways.
Well, we're the younger generation.
Younger generation, phooey.
May the Great Spirit forgive us for sending our sons to college.
But, Father, I'm following your footsteps. I'm going to college to study medicine.
Me no need college to be medicine man, and me know many things.
What you learn in white man's medicine college?
We're studying to be psychiatrists.
Oh, psychiatrist. What's a psychiatrist?
No. What psychiatrist?
Well, it's sort of a head shrinker.
Oh, that's good. Me, any fucking, hand of your through a window.
What did he say? What did he say?
He said head shrinkers run in the family. Come on, let's go. Bye, Dad.
So long, Pop.
Oh, there go my son, the head shrinker.
Come, we dance some more.
No, dance no good. No sign from rain goddess, and my feet, they kill me.
Oh, then me practice with tomahawk. And dice all evil spirits.
No hurt me. Me good friend of Indian. Me always root for Indian to win on Late Show. Me love Indian. Me hate John Wayne.
What you want, white squaw with fire in hair?
Well, me lost. How do I get 'em back to pale-faced big wigwam with many room?
Oh, the hotel. Where you just follow the shadow of the flying arrow. And you come to grave of all water. Follow grave of all water. Follow grave of all water. Oh, rest.
Why do I rest?
My feet are killing me. You go on. Follow grave of all water. You come to Topless Mountain. Turn left ear. Follow nose. Go. You go now.
Oh, me go now.
You no go.
Why, he say I yes go.
Yes. Why you say she no go?
Yeah, why you say I no go?
She rain goddess.
Huh? You crazy. You no rain goddess. You drinking fire water again?
She rain goddess. You look again with closer eye.
I look good. Holy smoke signal. She rain goddess, all right.
Many moons we wait for rain goddess, and now she comes.
Look, fellas, this is all a big mistake. I am no rain goddess.
Oh, you yes, rain goddess.
You got me mixed up with somebody else. I'm no rain goddess. I even have trouble turning on my shower.
No mixed up. You rain goddess, all right. Look.
Holy smoke signal. Hey, rain goddess.
You do rain dance to bring rain.
Rain dance? Bring rain? Okay.
Wait! First we have ceremonial feast. Then you do dance.
Oh, okay. Hold the rain.
Prepare rain goddess for dance. And we get 'em ready, the big feast. Swifty girl. You hunt fresh game for big feast. Go. Wait! Oh, he forget arrows again. Younger generation, fool! Bring on rain goddess. You sit in place of honor, rain goddess.
Fellas, I keep telling you, you're making a big mistake.
Down!
Yes, sir.
Now you eat 'em. Ceremonial feast. Eat!
Wow, what is this?
Raw fish.
Raw raw fish. What are you eating?
Chopped liver.
Chopped liver?
Buffalo liver. Eat.
I am eating.
You eat good.
I eat no good.
Now, me smoke 'em pipe.
Oh, that's a pretty pipe, Chief. Did you make it yourself?
No. Me get 'em for Father's Day. Now, you smoke 'em pipe.
No, thanks. I don't indulge.
Smoke 'em!
Oh, boy. Oh, is that strong? What kind of tobacco is this?
No tobacco. Raw fish. Smoke 'em! Oh, you real rain goddess. Your face turned all color like rainbow. Here, drink.
Oh, what's this? Don't tell me. Juice of raw fish.
You good guesser. Now you rise. You rise, rain goddess, and you do dance. You dance and bring rain.
But, I can't dance. There's no music. I can't dance without music. Look, do you know stormy weather? No. How about April showers? Singing in the rain? It goes like this. I'm singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling. I'm happy again.
Stop the music! We know wait 50 years for singer. Need dancer. You do dance.
I don't think that I'll be able to bring any rain right now. There's an awful lot of evil spirits around.
Medicine man, you get rid of all evil spirits.
I tried.
Try schmy. Do it. Oh, look. His evil spirit. Who's the medicine man?
So I missed one.
Evil spirit. Evil spirit. Oh.
Hi, Mr. Mooney.
Mrs. Carmichael? What are you doing here? I've been looking all over for you. What is the meaning of that get-up?
I'm a rain goddess.
What? You a rain goddess? If you're a rain goddess, I'm an evil spirit.
Yeah, well, now you're getting the idea.
Oh, now you must be kidding. Oh, my. You a rain goddess?
Yeah, that's what they think. And they want me to dance and make it rain.
Oh, let's get out of here.
Tie up, evil spirit! Tie up, evil spirit!
Oh, wait, now, wait. Hey, fellas. Hey, look, aren't we a little old to be playing cowboys and Indians? I mean,
Don't play 'em games.
Oh?
You evil spirit.
Oh.
She rain goddess.
If rain goddess no bring rain, bad things happen to both of you.
Bad things? What kind of bad things?
We burn 'em you at stake. Her head we chop off. Chop.
I'll trade you my chop for your steak.
Mrs. Carmichael, this is no time for jokes. Now do something about that rain dance.
I don't know how to make it rain. I don't know how to do a rain dance.
Well, try. Think wet.
You dance! How am I doing?
You're not thinking wet enough.
Ignorant! Ignorant! You die! Die!
No, I didn't, but I think you stripped your gears.
Ignorant!
Oh, I can't make it rain. I don't know how to make it. It's raining! I did it! I did it! I did it! Why? You struck oil!
You struck oil! Oil no good! Put us in higher tax bracket!
Pardon me, is this seat taken?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh, I'm sure glad I could get here. Art Linkletter is my very favorite. I think he's just wonderful.
Personally, I can take him or leave him.
If you feel that way, what are you doing here?
I was out shopping, it was hot, and my feet were killing me.
And here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the star of our show, Art Linkletter.
Welcome to the house party. What a warm and wonderful audience you are. And you've come just in time to take part in a most interesting and curious experiment about human nature. I'm going to go looking for a volunteer. Whoop, look at that stoplight. Look at the red hair. It's beautiful. Are you wearing one of those new wigs, or is that the real color of your hair?
Well, shall we just say it's not a wig?
Would you mind standing up, please, and coming out in the aisle?
Me?
Yes. I'd like to have you on the show today.
Oh!
Now, don't be nervous. Just tell me, what's your name?
Lucy. Lucy Carmichael.
Now, do you mind if I call you Lucy?
Oh, not at all.
Well, would you mind telling me your age?
Not at all, 28.
Would you mind telling me your real age?
I certainly would.
Now, tell me, Lucy, who do you think talks more, men or women?
Oh, men, of course. They talk much more than women.
You think
Women
so?
might have the reputation, but it's really just a false impression as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I'm
Men
glad-
are always talking about something, about business or baseball. Any
see.
subject you
Well,
name, they start talking and you just can't get a word in edgewise.
I-
Politics, fishing tackle, guns, cars, or they just talk about themselves.
That's
Seems to me there's no comparison between the two, actually. Whenever I go out with a man, it's just a matter of sitting there and listening to him talk. Just the other day I would...
Well, goodbye, folks. Our time's up for today. Lucy, this is just a half-hour program.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And she thinks that men talk more than women. Let's find out, shall we? How would you like to earn $200?
$200? Oh, boy, I'd love that.
Well, I'll give you $200 if, for 24 hours, you don't talk. You don't say a word, you can't utter a sound.
Not a sound?
And you can't let anybody know why you're not talking.
Oh.
You can't write any notes.
No notes?
No notes. Think you can do it?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I think I can.
You do? Well, now, not that we don't trust you, but I think I'd better pick a volunteer out of our audience to kind of watch and report back to me if you do say a word or make it. Hey, you know she'll have to stay with you the whole 24 hours, eat with you, work with you, do everything with you?
Oh? Well, I have a very small bathtub.
Well, you'll get along, I'm sure. How about you, miss? Right over here. Would you stand up?
Me?
Yes. Did you two come in? You don't know each other?
No.
Would you be able to spend 24 hours with Lucy?
Well, if the price is right.
Oh, I think it will be, because in the event that Lucy says anything or makes even one sound, she'll forfeit the $200 and you will get $400.
Oh, you got yourself a stool pigeon. I'll do it.
All right, that's fine, Miss...
Cosgrove, Ruth. Ruth Cosgrove.
Lucy, Ruth.
How do you do?
I hope you'll be very happy together for the 24 hours.
Oh.
Now, Lucy, get ready, if you'll excuse the expression, to shut up. Because the 24 hours starts in just 10 seconds.
Oh, well, I'm just on my lunch hour. I got to get back to the bank, but I'm off tomorrow. Can't I do it then?
Oh, no. The 24 hours starts right now. You think we're being a little rough on Lucy? Tell you what we're going to do. We'll give her a little leeway. Lucy, during the 24 hours, should an emergency arise, you know, some extreme necessity, you can say one word, but just one word. Okay?
Okay.
That was it. Now, before we get on with the rest of the show, I think you and Miss Cosgrove can leave. So, goodbye, Miss Cosgrove.
Goodbye, Mr. Linkletter.
Goodbye, Lucy. Won't you say goodbye? Say goodbye, audience. There they go. Now that they're gone, I have a couple of secrets to let you in on. In the first place, we have a few delightful surprises planned for her in her apartment tonight. Then, in the second place, Miss Cosgrove is an actress who works for me.
So this is where you work. Tell me about your job.
How do you do?
Hi.
Mrs. Carmichael, do you know where the escrow papers are for the Bradbury account? Well, gee, I'm glad you know. But the reason I asked is because I would like to know, too. Could you tell me? I see it's going to be your little secret. Now, Mrs. Carmichael, why can't you tell me where the escrow papers are for the Bradbury account? You lost your voice? Oh, laryngitis? Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, maybe you could write me a note telling me where they are. You hurt your arm?
You seem to be enjoying poor health. Now, Mrs. Carmichael, I don't have time for games. I want those escrow papers. Now, where are they? Oh, they're downstairs. Well, good. I'll call and have them sent out. Mrs. Carmichael. Who is she? Friend of yours? Well, Mrs. Carmichael, I don't mind a brief social visit, but after all, this is a place of business. Would you ask her to leave? That's well, would you indicate for her to leave? I don't like to appear rude, but couldn't you visit Mrs. Carmichael at her apartment? This is a place of business.
No, I think I better stick around.
Oh?
Just before she lost her voice, she pleaded with me to stay with her at all times. She said she doesn't trust her boss.
Madam, I am her boss.
Well, then her nickname for you certainly fits. Hiya, fatso.
So, Mrs. Carmichael, unless you have a reasonable explanation, you can start looking for a new job immediately. And stop staring at me like an overaged orphaned Annie. Now then, I don't know whether you've lost your voice or your mind, but I have taken all I am going to take. Fatso speaking. Mooney speaking.
Dr. Metcalf's here to see you.
Oh, well, tell him I'll be along in a few minutes. On second thought, I'll be right in. Oh, Doctor, before we transact our business, would you step in here a minute, please? I'd like you to meet one of our employees.
Oh, fine.
Mrs. Carmichael. Over here, please. Over here. There we right. That's fine. Now, Doctor, Mrs. Carmichael has been acting very strangely, even for her. She seems to have a bad case of laryngitis. Yeah. I wonder if you could give her a quick look, please.
Well, of course.
Thank you, Doctor.
Now, Mrs. Carmichael, I'm just going to look at your throat. It won't hurt at all. Mrs. Carmichael, would you please have a seat? I run across this on occasion. She probably never overcame her fear of doctors when she was a child.
Yeah. Well, now, Mrs. Carmichael, this is not the bogeyman, and heaven knows it's been a long, long time since you were a child.
Now sit! Mrs. Carmichael, would you please say ah? Well, at least open your mouth. Mr. Mooney, sometimes cases like this are psychosomatic.
Psychosomatic?
Yes. In other words, it's not anything physical, but something in her mind.
Oh, but that would require her having a mind.
It could be a recent shock of some kind, or possibly her subconscious recalled a frightening experience when she was a child. Oh, you were frightened when you were a child. Tell us about it. Bringing the cause out into the open might effect a cure.
Well, what are you going to do? You'll act it all out. Tell us the whole sad story. Well, of course it happened to you. Small. You. Oh, little girl. You a little. A 3-year-old. You were 3 years old, a little girl. All right. Yeah. Oh, a little 3-year-old girl. Oh, isn't that pretty? She's mowing the lawn. Oh, you're riding a scooter. Oh, she's... I know, you're pushing a carriage.
Wheeling a baby carriage.
I was going to say that. All right. Now, little girl, 3 years, and the baby carriage is yesterday, and you lift it up, and something in it. Oh, yeah, something. Your baby brother is in it.
Your baby sister.
Well, what's in the carriage? What?
A robot.
I don't know. I know! Your father, he was drunk! What's that? Stiff and... I don't know.
A doll. You were wheeling a doll in your baby carriage.
Who said you could play? All right. Now, the whole thing. Now, you're a little girl, 3 years old, pushing the baby carriage with the doll in the baby carriage, and she's gay and happy and going along. I wonder where she's got... Oh, she stopped. She sees something. What does she see? Oh, what? Seeing something. Sure. Oh, you're looking at something. Gazing through the bushes.
The bushes?
No. Venetian blinds.
Bars. Looking through bars.
Looking through bars. You were in jail.
Behind the bars.
All right. Well, behind the bars, what does she see? Oh, that's easy. A monkey. A monkey. Stretching. Monkey doing it. Oh, he's itching and he's doing exercise. He's a restless monkey.
A gorilla.
Gorilla behind bars, and you were at the zoo. Wonderful. All right, now the whole thing. The little girl with the pram and the little doll in the carriage. She's going to the zoo, and she pushes the carriage down, and she stops. Now, she sees the gorilla. The gorilla in the cage. The gorilla grabbed her. No. Oh, the doll!
The gorilla grabbed a doll!
I said it first! All right. The gorilla grabbed the doll, yes, and he starts to eat the doll. Oh, he tears it limb from limb. The legs, the arm. Oh, he enjoyed it. He loved it. Oh, that gorilla ate her little doll.
Mr. Mooney, this is obviously psychosomatic.
Oh.
Now, on occasions, it takes another shock to bring them right out of it.
Oh, doctor, come with me.
Yes, of course.
Yes, doctor.
Oh, thank you.
Let me go.
Quite a performance. And just think, only 23 more hours to go without saying a word.
Take him up! You're fired.
Now, look, Lucy, I don't want you to think that I'm all bad. After all, if I can get you to talk, I get $400. But I like you. It's nothing personal. I really do like you. Well, just to show you how much I like you, I bought myself a beautiful makeup case today, and I want you to have it. Here. Lucy, come on. Let's be friends. Please, take it. Please? Come on.
Which one of you two is Ruth Cosgrove?
I am.
I want to thank you, Miss Cosgrove, for telephoning me. So you're Lucy Carmichael, huh? How dare you try and steal my husband? You red-headed hussy! You homewrecker! You ought to be ashamed of yourself!
Yes, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Listen, if you really want my husband, honey, you can have him! You can have his dirty laundry, too!
Does a Lucy Carmichael live here? I'm from the Acme Pet Shop. We have something for you. Come on, Hilda. Say hello to your new mommy.
Hold it, Red! Nobody move, nobody gets hurt! You gotta hide me! I'm tired of running! Some guy's been chasing me for 3 years! Please hide me, please! I don't want him to find me! I don't!
Oh, so there you are, huh? Okay, Buster.
You'll never take me alive!
Get out of the way, lady! Lady, why did you help that guy escape? Oh, you won't talk, eh? Well, down at headquarters, we have ways of making you talk. You're coming along with me. And that goes for your husband, too.
Remember the little experiment we tried yesterday? What an experiment it's been. We picked a lady out of the audience, Lucy Carmichael. She was not to talk or utter a sound for 24 hours. And now we're going to find out whether she made it or not. Would you step out here, ladies, please? Oh, my. She looks a little bedraggled, and I understand she even spent a night in jail. But the question we're all interested in, has she kept her mouth shut so far? Ruth, has she?
She certainly has.
Oh, what's that?
I timed up. Oh, boy, I made it. I made it,
Wait a
Nippy.
minute.
I made it. I
Hold
won.
it. What do you mean? What is this?
My alarm clock. I set it for when my 24 hours was up, and I won.
Oh, Lucy, this is terrible. This is awful.
What's awful?
According to my watch, which is the official time, you still have 3 minutes to go.
Oh, no, that's impossible. My alarm clock's always right. It's never fast.
It is now. I set it 3 minutes ahead.
Oh, no! That's the meanest thing I ever heard
Don't
of.
hit her, Lucy. You get the money. You win. That was just a trick we pulled.
Oh, a trick.
That's right. Miss Cosgrove is actually a member of my staff.
Oh, no.
Yes, and so are all the other people you met in your apartment last night. Ruth, say goodbye to Lucy.
Goodbye, Lucy, and forgive me.
All right, I forgive you.
Bye.
Congratulations, Lucy. You did it. Of course, you lost your job while you were doing it.
Yes, I did.
Well, we can fix that. Mr. Mooney, would you step out, please, sir?
Is Mr. Mooney here?
Yes, he's right here. We explained it all to Mr. Mooney, and he has something to tell you.
Hello, Mrs.
Oh.
Mrs. Carmichael, under the circumstances, you can have your job back.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Mooney.
By the way, Mr. Mooney, you look like a good sport. How would you like to try a little experiment and win some money, huh?
Oh, the money, you're fine. Good, yes.
I understand that on occasion you get a little upset with Lucy.
Oh, you can say that again.
Tut, 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 tut,
Now, Mr. Mooney, if you can keep your temper and not get peeved at her for 24 hours, you'll win $200. But if you as much as raise your voice to her during that time, she will get the $200, okay?
Fine.
Time starts right now.
Good luck, Fatso.
He lost! I get $400!
In the sprawling, affectionate tapestry of The Lucy Show, few opening sequences capture the series' essential spirit quite so completely as the one that begins with a telephone conversation in a Hollywood agent's office and swiftly transports the viewer into the fluorescent-lit steam-filled sanctuary of a South Side soup kitchen. Here, amid the clatter of plates and the low murmur of men who have nowhere else to go, Lucille Ball's Lucy Carmichael first appears not as the scheming suburban housewife or the exasperated bank employee but as a volunteer whose generous impulses are forever on the verge of transforming into full-blown comic catastrophe. The script, a loving collage of several classic episodes, opens with the businesslike voice of Milton Berle's agent assuring an unseen producer that he'll do it, only to cut almost immediately to the arrival of the great comedian himself, bursting into the office with the irrepressible energy that made him television's first true superstar. I'm in, pal, I'm in, he declares, surveying the decor with a proprietary eye and pronouncing the wall-to-wall carpeting wonderful. Wall-to-wall Berle. The joke is pure Berle, a self-referential, slightly vain, utterly charming acknowledgement of his own larger-than-life presence. Yet, the agent's purpose is serious. Milton has been offered a dramatic role, an alcoholic, derelict, a down-and-out poor hobo, and the producer, invoking the then-fashionable gospel of method acting, insists that genuine research is required. Paul Newman, the agent, reminds him lived as a prizefighter. Marlon Brando lived as a cowboy. Milton's deadpan response, "I wonder what part Sonata was rehearsing for," is a perfect Berle deflection, but the directive is clear. He must go down to the Skid Row soup kitchen and live among the men who measure their days by the next bottle. The cultural resonance of this moment in the mid-1960s cannot be overstated. Method acting had become the badge of seriousness for a new generation of film stars, and the idea that a comic of Berle's stature would submit himself to such discipline was itself a delicious premise. The script leans into the incongruity with affectionate precision. Milton's suggestion that a weekend with Dean Martin would constitute adequate research is waved aside. The agent is adamant. "I'm taking you to the South Side soup kitchen." And so the scene shifts, and with it the entire tonal register of the episode. Suddenly, we are inside the kitchen itself, where Lucy Carmichael and her steadfast friend Mary Jane are performing the quiet, unglamorous labor of ladling soup and arranging salads for men whose lives have narrowed to the next free meal. Lucille Ball's entrance into this environment is a master class in physical and emotional modulation. There is no grand entrance, no explosion of red hair and wide-eyed panic. Instead, she moves with the practical efficiency of a woman who has done this before, yet her every gesture carries the faint, luminous possibility of chaos. When plates run short, she calls for the dishwasher. When the dishwasher, none other than the long-suffering Mr. Mooney, announces that he has done his last dish because 3 guys working out there in the kitchen just whistled at me. Lucy's reaction is a perfect blend of maternal exasperation and comic solidarity. So, what she asks only to receive Mooney's immortal retort that he is not going to wash dishes all day and all night when his wife already makes him do them at home. The exchange is pure Lucy show gold. The bank executive reduced to apron and dishpan hands the volunteer who refuses to let a little masculine pride interrupt the work of charity. Mary Jane's observation that the men seem to be enjoying the food rather than drinking, it prompts one of Lucy's most characteristic flights of aesthetic pride. She has arranged the salads with care. They are not just a hunk of lettuce thrown on the plate. She has always been, she confides, an artist with cottage cheese. The line is delivered with the absolute sincerity of a woman who finds genuine creative satisfaction in the arrangement of pale curds on a cheap plate. In the hands of a lesser actress, it might have been merely cute. In Ball's performance, it becomes a small aria of middle-class aspiration and artistic longing. One can almost see the invisible frame she places around each salad, the imaginary gallery lighting she imagines bathing her creations. When a recipient proceeds to destroy the arrangement, perhaps with ketchup as a previous diner had done, Lucy's stricken expression is a silent film reaction of purest vintage. The camera does not need to cut to a close-up. Ball's entire body registers the desecration. It is into this carefully established world of modest charity and fragile dignity that Milton Berle, now costumed as a derelict, makes his entrance. The script is careful to let us see both the performance and the performer. He carries a whiskey bottle filled with tea. I'm not a wino, I'm a Teo, and he surveys the room with the practiced eye of a man who has spent a lifetime studying audiences. I was here once, he tells his agent. Jack Benny took me here for dinner. I'll never forget. He picked up the check and left me with the tip. The joke lands with the easy grace of two old pros acknowledging each other's legends, yet it also situates Berle's character within a continuum of comic mythology. Jack Benny's legendary cheapness becomes the punchline that allows Milton to claim the soup kitchen as familiar territory. The agent's reminder that he is not a comic but a derelict, an alcoholic, is met with Berle's cheerful assurance that he has a lot of practice. The moment is pure meta-comedy, the king of television comedy pretending to be a Skid Row drunk while remaining unmistakably Milton Berle. Lucy's decision to rehabilitate him arises with the inexorable logic of her character. She and Mary Jane have served more than 100 meals. They have done what they can for one day. Yet Lucy is not content with temporary relief. She wants to accomplish something permanent, something miraculous. I'd like to take one of these poor souls and make a man out of them again, she declares. Her eye falls upon the solitary figure who sits apart, not eating, not talking, only drinking. That's a challenge if I ever saw one. The line is delivered with the quiet intensity of a woman who has found her project. Mary Jane's gentle skepticism, "Don't you think it's a little too late?" only strengthens Lucy's resolve. In the moral economy of the Lucy show, no soul is beyond the reach of determined kindness, even if that kindness is about to unleash chaos of epic proportions. The physical comedy of the subsequent extraction is a textbook demonstration of Ball's genius. The derelict does not want to go. He wants to stay, he wants to die, he wants to be left alone. Lucy and Mary Jane will have none of it. They seize him, they propel him toward the door, they refuse every protest. "I don't want a place to stay," he cries. "Don't lock the door." The struggle is choreographed with the precision of a ballet and the abandon of a barroom brawl. Ball's body becomes a marvel of determined momentum. Every twist, every tug, every exasperated exhalation is timed to the rhythm of the derelict's escalating panic. When he finally claims a bad back and demonstrates a funny walk, the gesture is so perfectly Berle that the audience is invited to laugh at both the character and the star inhabiting him. Lucy's response, "That's terrible, that's why I have a bad back," is pure, empathetic nonsense. The kind of non sequitur that only Ball could make sound like profound medical insight. The naming sequence that follows is a miniature masterpiece of verbal play. The derelict identifies himself as Berman, just like the comedian Shelley Berman. Lucy seizes upon the resemblance as proof of latent potential. "I'll bet you could be just as successful as he is if you tried." His first name, Herman, prompts the revelation that his father was a poet who named his sister, Sherman Berman. The absurd genealogy is delivered with the straight-faced solemnity that Berle perfected over decades of nightclub and television work. Lucy, undeterred, presses on with her program of rehabilitation. He will be clean-shaved, given a fresh start. He will not be allowed to remain a derelict. The determination in Ball's voice is absolute. The terror in Berle's eyes is equally absolute. Between them, the entire comic engine of the episode is set irrevocably in motion. What makes this opening so richly satisfying is the way it layers multiple traditions of American comedy. There is the vaudeville precision of Berle's timing, the silent film physicality of Ball's struggles, the sitcom domesticity of the soup kitchen setting, and the gentle social satire of middle-class women attempting to impose order and dignity upon lives that have slipped beyond the reach of ordinary help. The 1960s context deepens every beat. Volunteerism was a celebrated civic virtue. Skid Row remained a visible reminder of the limits of prosperity. Method acting had become a cultural shorthand for artistic seriousness. By placing a television comedy legend inside that matrix and then allowing Lucille Ball's irrepressible Lucy to seize him as a project, the script creates a perfect storm of colliding worlds. The soup kitchen is no longer merely a backdrop. It is a stage upon which the eternal American faith in self-improvement is tested against the immovable object of human resistance and against the immovable force of Lucille Ball's comic will. The sequence closes with Lucy temporarily victorious, the reluctant derelict installed in her care, the promise of towels and a clean shirt hanging in the air like a comic sword of Damocles. Mary Jane has been dispatched to find him a place to stay. Lucy has appointed herself the agent of his rebirth. The audience knows with the deep satisfaction that only classic sitcom architecture can provide that the rebirth will be anything but orderly. Yet for this one luminous moment, in the steam and clatter of the South Side soup kitchen, the possibility of miracle still flickers. Lucille Ball stands at the center of it, red hair slightly askew, eyes bright with purpose, already preparing the next impossible kindness. In that posture, equal parts crusader, artist of cottage cheese, and inevitable architect of chaos, she embodies everything that made The Lucy Show a lasting treasure of American television: the belief that the world can be improved, the certainty that the attempt will go hilariously wrong, and the unshakable affection for the woman who will never stop trying. The transition from the agent's office to the South Side soup kitchen is effected with the unhurried confidence of a classic sitcom that knows precisely how much information its audience requires and how much delight can be extracted from the mere fact of juxtaposition. One moment Milton Berle is still the polished, slightly preening star being briefed on the necessities of method acting. The next, he stands inside the very institution that is to serve as his research laboratory, already costumed in the frayed dignity of a man who has long since surrendered to the bottle. The script does not linger on the logistics of the transformation. There is no montage of wardrobe changes or makeup sessions. Instead, the camera simply discovers him already present, already performing, already testing the authenticity of his new identity against the unforgiving standard of men who have nothing left to perform. In this quiet elision lies one of the series' most sophisticated comic strategies, the assumption that the audience will happily supply the missing beats, thereby becoming co-conspirators in the joke. Lucille Ball's Lucy is the first to register his arrival, though she does not yet know the identity of the figure who has just crossed the threshold. Her attention is still occupied with the practical crises of the kitchen, the shortage of plates, the abrupt resignation of Mr. Mooney, the delicate matter of salad presentation. Yet, even while she negotiates these minor disasters, Ball's peripheral awareness is absolute. The newcomer's posture, the way he holds himself slightly apart from the other diners, the careful emptiness of his expression, all of it registers on her face as a faint, almost proprietary interest. She has already begun, without fully realizing it, to sort the men into categories of hopelessness, and this one, silent and solitary, has claimed the highest rank. Milton's own first speech inside the kitchen is a masterpiece of layered performance. "Well, this is it," he announces to his agent, who has accompanied him for the initial reconnaissance. "I was here once. Jack Benny took me here for dinner. I'll never forget. He picked up the check and left me with the tip." The line functions on at least three simultaneous levels. On the surface it is pure Berle, a casual claim of prior acquaintance with both the location and the legendary stinginess of his old rival. On a second level, it is the derelict's attempt to establish a kind of faded grandeur, a memory of better days when he still moved in the company of celebrities. On a third purely meta-theatrical level, it is the star acknowledging the audience's knowledge of the real Milton Berle's long friendship and rivalry with Jack Benny, thereby inviting them to enjoy the double exposure of actor and character. The agent's response, "Milton, you're not a comic, you're a derelict, an alcoholic," is delivered with the weary firmness of a man who has heard every possible evasion. Milton's reply is instantaneous and perfect, "I'm gonna study them, and don't worry, I got a lot of practice." Then comes the visual punchline that crystallizes the entire premise. He produces a whiskey bottle and confesses, with the air of a man revealing a professional secret, that he has filled it with tea. "See, I'm not a wino, I'm a T.O." The pun is so shameless, so perfectly attuned to Berle's nightclub roots that it elicits from Lucy an involuntary burst of laughter even before she understands the full context. "Oh Milton, even when you're a tramp you're hilarious." That single line from Lucy is worth lingering over, for it contains the seed of everything that will follow. In addressing him by his real name while he is still in character, she momentarily collapses the distance between performer and role. The script allows the slip to pass without immediate consequence. The agent and Milton simply continue their low-voiced conference about the duration of the research. Milton estimates 2 hours. The agent, with the grim patience of experience, corrects him. "It will take weeks." Milton's final exit line, "Now, if I live here, I may die here," is delivered with the cheerful morbidity that was always one of Berle's most reliable comic colors. Then he is left alone among the men he has come to study, and the true work of the episode begins. What follows is a quiet master class in observational comedy. Milton does not immediately launch into broad physical business. Instead, he settles onto a bench with the careful economy of a man conserving energy, places the tea-filled bottle within easy reach, and simply watches. The script gives him almost no dialogue in these early moments. The comedy resides entirely in the quality of his attention. Berle's eyes move from face to face with the professional curiosity of a lifetime spent analyzing audiences. He notes the way one man cradles his bowl as if it might be taken from him, the way another stares at nothing with the practiced blankness of long disappointment, the way a third repeatedly lifts an empty bottle to his lips out of pure muscle memory. Each observation is registered in the subtlest shifts of Berle's expression, a raised eyebrow here, a barely perceptible nod there, so that the audience is invited to see the soup kitchen through the double lens of the derelict's weary familiarity and the comedian's voracious appetite for material. Lucy, meanwhile, has completed her own circuit of the room and returned to Mary Jane with the air of a woman who has made an important discovery. The two friends stand slightly apart from the serving line, speaking in the confidential tones of co-conspirators. Lucy's desire to do something permanent has crystallized into a specific plan. She has identified the most hopeless case in the room, the man who will neither eat nor speak nor acknowledge the existence of anyone around him, and she has decided that this man will be the object of her rehabilitation. Mary Jane's gentle caution is swept aside with the cheerful ruthlessness that is one of Lucy's most endearing and most dangerous qualities. "This is my man," she declares. "I am going to rehabilitate that man." The possessive pronoun is everything. In Lucy's moral universe, the act of noticing someone's suffering automatically confers upon her both the right and the obligation to intervene. The fact that the sufferer has not requested intervention, and in fact actively rejects it, is irrelevant. Kindness, in her view, does not require consent, it requires only opportunity. The first approach is a model of polite inquiry that rapidly escalates into comic coercion. "Pardon me, sir," Lucy begins, her voice bright with manufactured cheer, "I noticed you're not eating." The derelict's reply is flat and final: he is not hungry. Lucy offers soup. He declines. She persists. He asks with the first flicker of genuine irritation to be left alone. At this point, Mary Jane attempts a diplomatic withdrawal. But Lucy has already crossed the invisible threshold that separates observation from action. "Come on, you poor soul, we're taking you out of here." The derelict's resistance is immediate and physical. He does not want to go. He wants to stay. He wants to die. Lucy's response to this last declaration is one of pure professional delight. "Oh, Mary Jane, He's perfect, he wants to die in everything. The line is delivered with the enthusiasm of a collector who has just found the rarest specimen in the catalog. In that moment, the audience understands that Lucy's charity, however genuine its origins, has already been transformed by the alchemy of her personality into something closer to a sporting challenge. The physical struggle that ensues is staged with the meticulous attention to detail that Lucille Ball always brought to sequences of reluctant locomotion. The derelict braces himself against the bench. Lucy and Mary Jane seize an arm each. He digs in his heels. They pull. He twists. They adjust their grip. The choreography is a continuous negotiation between resistance and momentum, each beat precisely timed so that the comedy never tips into actual distress. Berle's body, for all its apparent frailty in the derelict costume, proves surprisingly sturdy. Ball's, for all its appearance of delicate femininity, proves capable of generating astonishing leverage. The result is a kind of comic physics demonstration in which the laws of motion are temporarily rewritten by the superior force of Lucy's determination. Throughout the struggle, the tea-filled whiskey bottle remains a constant presence, sometimes clutched protectively against the derelict's chest, sometimes waving in the air as a kind of comic punctuation. When Lucy finally succeeds in propelling him toward the door, the bottle is still in his hand, a visible reminder that the research project is still technically underway, even as it is being hijacked by an entirely different agenda. The agent's earlier warning that the work would take weeks now acquires an ironic new meaning. Milton Berle came to the soup kitchen to study the derelict life for a matter of days or weeks. He is about to discover that Lucy Carmichael's version of rehabilitation operates on an accelerated and far more hazardous timetable. What gives the sequence its lasting resonance is the way it balances genuine pathos with relentless comedy. The men in the soup kitchen are never mocked. Their hunger, their isolation, their quiet despair are treated with a respect that feels almost radical in the context of 1960s mainstream television. Lucy's intervention is comic not because the object of her charity is ridiculous, but because her methods are gloriously catastrophically excessive. She cannot simply offer a meal or a kind word, she must appropriate the entire life and set about rebuilding it according to her own specifications. Milton Berle's presence inside that dynamic creates a further layer of complication. The audience knows he is only playing at hopelessness, yet the longer he remains in character, the more the performance begins to exert its own gravity. By the time Lucy has him halfway to the door, the distinction between the star conducting research and the derelict being rescued has begun to blur in ways that will fuel the escalating chaos of the scenes to come. In the larger architecture of the Lucy show, this arrival sequence serves as a perfect illustration of the series' central comic mechanism, the collision between Lucy's boundless, unstoppable goodwill in a world that is simply not prestitions of the series, designed to accommodate it. The soup kitchen is a place of modest, realistic charity bowls of soup, slices of bread, the quiet dignity of men who have learned to expect little. Lucy enters that space like a force of nature, determined to convert temporary relief into permanent transformation. Milton Berle, armed with his tea-filled bottle and his professional curiosity, becomes the unwilling catalyst. Between them, they generate a comic energy so potent that the remainder of the episode will be spent trying with diminishing success to contain it. The derelict has arrived, the research has begun, and Lucy Carmichael has already rewritten the terms of the experiment. The moment Lucy Carmichael declares the solitary derelict her personal project, the entire moral and physical geometry of the soup kitchen shifts. What had been a space of quiet collective endurance becomes the staging ground for an act of forced salvation so determined, so single-minded, and so gloriously deaf to protest that it ranks among the purest expressions of Lucille Ball's comic persona. The script does not soften the derelict's resistance. He does not merely decline help, he rejects it with the exhausted finality of a man who has long since stopped believing in the possibility of change. "I don't want to go," he insists. "I want to stay here. I don't want to live. I want to die." Lucy's response is instantaneous and radiant with professional satisfaction. "Oh, Mary Jane, he's perfect, he wants to die in everything." In that single line, the audience hears both the genuine compassion that motivates her and the slightly terrifying enthusiasm with which she greets a challenge worthy of her gifts. The more hopeless the case, the more irresistible it becomes. The physical extraction that follows is a sustained piece of slapstick choreography that deserves to be examined beat by beat. Lucy and Mary Jane position themselves on either side of the seated figure. He braces. They pull. He twists his shoulders and digs his heels into the floor. They adjust their grip and pull again. The derelict's body becomes a study in reluctant physics. Every joint seems to lock, every muscle to declare its independence from the forward motion being imposed upon it. Lucille Ball's contribution to this struggle is a marvel of controlled power. Her frame, so often used to express fluttering panic or elastic surprise, here generates a steady, inexorable leverage. She does not yank or flail, she applies pressure with the calm certainty of a woman who has already decided the outcome. Mary Jane, ever the loyal second, mirrors her friend's determination while occasionally glancing toward the other diners as if seeking moral support that never arrives. The surrounding men watch with the polite detachment of people who have seen many things and expect to see many more. No one intervenes. In the moral economy of the soup kitchen, a man being dragged toward possible redemption is not necessarily a man in need of rescue from his rescuers. The derelict's verbal resistance escalates in precise proportion to his physical disadvantage. You women stay away. You don't understand. I won't go. I have to stay. Each protest is met with the same cheerful refusal to acknowledge its validity. When he finally cries that he must remain where he is, Lucy's solution is characteristically practical. Mary Jane will go find him a place to stay while Lucy keeps him securely in place. The door becomes a contested threshold. He lunges for it. She blocks it. He reaches for the knob. She places herself squarely in front of it. The repeated command, "Don't lock the door, you're standing right here," is delivered with rising panic, yet Lucy's answering calm never wavers. "You're not getting out of here. You're staying right here. I don't want you sleeping on any park bench tonight." The promise of a nice soft bed is offered as the ultimate inducement. The derelict's reply is immediate and medically specific. Soft beds are very bad for him. He has a bad back. To prove it, he demonstrates the funny walk that the injury has produced. The gait is pure Milton Berle, an exaggerated rolling, slightly tragicomic limp that somehow manages to be both pitiable and impeccably timed. Lucy's reaction is a perfect blend of sympathy and non sequitur. "That's terrible. That's why I have a bad back." The logic is non-existent, the empathy is absolute. Once the threshold has been crossed and the derelict has been propelled into the open air, the journey to Lucy's apartment unfolds as a continuous negotiation between captivity and escape. The script wisely keeps the travel itself off-screen, allowing the audience to imagine the series of small resistances, sudden stops, and renewed forward motions that must have filled the distance. What matters is the arrival. The apartment door closes behind them with the soft finality of a trap gently sprung. Lucy's first order of business is identification. She does not yet know the name of the man she has decided to save, and the omission clearly troubles her sense of proper procedure. "Mr. I don't even know your name." The answer comes with the weary precision of a man who has answered the question too many times. Berman. Lucy seizes upon the surname with the delight of a collector discovering a promising provenance. "Just like the comedian Shelley Berman. And you know something, I'll bet you could be just as successful as he is if you tried." The comparison is offered as both compliment and prescription. In Lucy's world, resemblance to a successful person is evidence of latent potential that only requires the right combination of soap, hot water, and determined encouragement to be fully realized. The first name produces an even richer vein of absurdity. Herman Berman. The derelict explains with the straight-faced solemnity that Berle could sustain longer than almost any other comedian of his generation that his father had been a poet and had therefore named his sister Sherman Berman. The genealogical joke lands with the delicate precision of a thrown dart. Lucy absorbs it without visible strain, files it away as further evidence of the family's artistic temperament, and presses forward with her program. He will be cleaned. He will be shaved. His hair will be washed. He will be given a fresh shirt. He will become a new man, whether he wishes to or not. The derelicts protest, I don't want to be a new man. I want to be what I am. I want to be a derelict is treated as a temporary symptom of the very condition she has undertaken to cure. Resistance is not an obstacle, it is diagnostic information. The scar above his eye becomes the next point of inquiry. Lucy's gaze, always alert to detail, has already noted it. I'd swear I've seen you some other place. It wasn't for that scar. Where did you get that scar? The answer is delivered with the flat effect of a man reciting a story he no longer finds interesting. He did it himself. He had been depressed. He had intended to cut his wrist. His aim had been bad. The confession is so casually devastating that it momentarily silences even Lucy. In the hands of a lesser writer, the moment might have tipped into genuine pathos and broken the comic tone. The script and Berle's performance refuse that temptation. The scar is acknowledged, the suicide attempt is noted, and then the scene moves on with the same relentless forward energy that has characterized every previous beat. Lucy's concern is real, but it is immediately converted into further justification for her intervention. A man who has already demonstrated such poor aim in matters of self-destruction clearly requires supervision. The Battle of the Soft Bed itself is a miniature epic of domestic warfare. Lucy has prepared the guest room, or at least the nearest approximation of one that her apartment can provide. The bed is turned down. The pillows are plumped. The derelict regards the arrangement with the deep suspicion of a man being offered poisoned hospitality. Soft beds, he repeats, are bad for his back. He will not lie down. He will never lie down. Lucy's attempts at persuasion grow increasingly inventive. She offers to take the ball he is clutching, an object whose precise nature is never clarified but which he guards with the ferocity of a child protecting a favorite toy. She promises towels. She promises a clean shirt. She promises that he will feel better once he is shaved and washed and properly rested. Each promise is met with the same immovable refusal. The physical comedy of the sequence resides in the contrast between Lucy's bright, bustling competence and the derelict's stubborn, gravitational attachment to the floor. He becomes a kind of comic anchor, a fixed point around which she orbits with increasing frustration and inventiveness. What elevates the entire sequence beyond mere physical business is the underlying philosophical argument it stages. Lucy represents the mid-century American faith in improvement through intervention. Cleanliness, rest, proper clothing, and determined kindness are in her view sufficient to reverse even the most entrenched decline. The derelict represents the opposing proposition that some conditions are permanent, that some men have earned the right to their own ruin, and that the soft bed of middle-class concern may be more dangerous than the hard pavement of familiar despair. The script never fully resolves the argument. It simply allows the two positions to collide in the confined space of Lucy's apartment, generating comedy from the friction. Lucille Ball's performance makes Lucy's side of the conflict both ridiculous and strangely admirable. Her certainty is absurd, her persistence is heroic. Berle's performance makes the derelict's resistance both comic and oddly dignified. He is not merely playing drunk, he is playing a man who has decided with whatever clarity remains to him that he prefers his own damaged equilibrium to the terrifying possibility of change. By the time Lucy finally steps out to gather towels and cleaning supplies, leaving the derelict alone with strict instructions to be a good boy, the audience understands that the real struggle has only begun. The forced salvation has succeeded in its first objective. The reluctant soul has been removed from the soup kitchen and installed in the bright, well-intentioned prison of Lucy Carmichael's care. The soft bed remains undefeated. The funny walk has been demonstrated. The scar has been explained. The name has been recorded. And somewhere in the accumulating details of the encounter, the larger comic machinery of the episode has been fully wound and set in motion. What happens next will depend on how long the derelict can maintain his performance, how thoroughly Lucy can impose her vision of redemption, and how many additional layers of identity hallucination and mistaken recognition the script can invent before the entire structure collapses under the weight of its own generosity. For the moment, however, the door is closed, the towels are being fetched, and the battle of the soft bed has ended in a temporary, precarious truce. The instant Lucy Carmichael steps out of the room to gather towels and a clean shirt, the fragile truce that has held the derelict in temporary captivity begins to dissolve. What follows is one of the most sustained and inventive sequences of pure comic delirium in the entire run of The Lucy Show, a master class in the escalation of hallucination that allows both Lucille Ball and Milton Berle to display the full range of their physical and verbal gifts. The script does not rush the descent into unreality. It begins with a small, almost domestic negotiation over the whiskey bottle and then expands with the inexorable logic of a dream into a full-scale battle against invisible fauna that leaves the living room littered with the imaginary corpses of a giant bee and a purple giraffe. The opening move is deceptively modest. Lucy returns to find the derelict in possession of his bottle once more. "You've been drinking again," she observes, the maternal disappointment in her voice undercut by the faintest tremor of suspicion. His answer is a model of alcoholic logic: the bottle is empty, therefore he has no more liquid. Lucy's solution is characteristically practical and completely beside the point. She will take the bottle and make him some tea. The derelict's horrified refusal, "No, don't make any more tea," is the first clear signal that the substance inside the bottle has never been alcohol at all, yet Lucy, locked into her role as rehabilitator, presses forward. The negotiation ends in a temporary stalemate, the bottle still in her hand, the promise of tea still hanging in the air like an unkept threat. Then the first hallucination arrives. The derelict's eyes fix on a point high above Lucy's head. His voice drops to a register of pure terror. "Don't let it get me. That big hairy spider up there on the chandelier." Lucy's response is a perfect blend of literal mindedness and rising concern. She looks. She sees nothing. She points out with the calm of a woman stating an obvious architectural fact that they do not even possess a chandelier. The derelict is unconvinced. The spider remains. Large, hairy, and malevolent, occupying a fixture that does not exist. Ball's reaction is a study in controlled escalation. Her eyes travel the ceiling with genuine diligence. Her expression moves from skepticism to polite accommodation to the first flicker of shared unease. When she finally declares the spider gone, the derelict accepts the verdict with the exhausted gratitude of a man who has been granted a temporary reprieve. The reprieve lasts only seconds. The giant bee arrives next. It is, according to the derelict, right over there, large enough to constitute a serious aerial threat and already committed to an attack vector that ends at his cheek. Lucy's attempts to locate and neutralize the insect produce some of the sequence's most precise physical comedy. She swats at empty air. She lunges. She freezes mid-gesture when the derelict announces that the bee has landed on his face. The moment when she kills it, her fingers closing on nothing while Berle registers the impact with a full-body flinch, is timed with the delicacy of a silent film gag. The dead bee is acknowledged, its demise confirmed, and then immediately superseded by a new and larger crisis. The purple giraffe enters the narrative with the casual grandeur of a creature that has always belonged in Lucy Carmichael's living room. It is standing directly behind her. It requires immediate destruction. Lucy's first attempts to oblige are hindered by poor aim. She is the derelict, informs her, hitting the animal in the knee when she should be aiming higher. The correction is offered with the helpful precision of a man directing traffic. When she finally lands a killing blow right between the eyes, the giraffe begins its slow, tragic collapse. The derelict's grief is instantaneous and operatic. "He's dead. I know he's dead. He's dead. Oh, my giraffe. I feel terrible." Lucy's consolation is a masterpiece of pragmatic empathy. The giraffe, she points out, was a mean old giraffe to scare him. The mess can be swept under the rug. The important thing is that the threat has been neutralized. What elevates the sequence beyond a simple catalogue of imaginary animals is the way the script converts the derelict's hallucinations into a shared domestic task. The dead giraffe cannot be left where it fell. It must be removed. The ensuing negotiation over how to carry a creature that does not exist is pure comic gold. Lucy and the derelict position themselves at opposite ends of the invisible carcass. There is a brief serious discussion about who has the head and who has the heavy end. The derelict naturally has been assigned the heavier portion. The length of the neck becomes a matter of spatial dispute. How long is his neck? Lucy asks. About so long comes the answer, accompanied by a gesture that somehow manages to be both precise and completely unhelpful. The two of them shuffle toward the door, burdened by the weight of a purple giraffe that only one of them can see, while the other performs the physical reality of that weight with absolute commitment. The struggle to open the door while still supporting the giraffe produces a further layer of complication. The derelict cannot open the door while holding his end. He must put the giraffe down first. Lucy must keep her end elevated. The key must be located. The door must be opened without allowing the derelict to escape in the process. Every practical obstacle of the real world is pressed into service as an obstacle in the imaginary one, until the boundary between the two has been thoroughly erased. When the giraffe is finally maneuvered across the threshold and deposited somewhere in the outer hallway, the sense of accomplishment that settles over the room is indistinguishable from the satisfaction of any other completed household chore. Throughout the entire sequence, Lucille Ball's performance is a miracle of responsive listening. She never once plays the scene as if she believes the animals are real, yet she never once plays it as if she is merely humoring a drunk. Instead, she occupies a third, more difficult position. The position of a woman who has decided that the only way to help is to enter the derelict's reality completely and then tidy it up from the inside. Her body becomes a precision instrument for registering the location, size, and threat level of creatures that do not exist. When she swats the bee, the arc of her arm is exact. When she aims at the giraffe's eyes, her stance is that of a woman taking careful aim. When she helps carry the carcass, her shoulders register the weight. The comedy arises not from her skepticism but from her total pragmatic commitment to the task at hand. Milton Berle's contribution is equally essential. The hallucinations are never played as broad drunken antics. They are played as genuine perceptions that happen to be invisible to everyone else. His terror at the spider is real. His panic at the bee is real. His grief over the giraffe is real. The fact that none of these emotions has an external cause only deepens the comic effect. Berle understood better than almost any comedian of his generation how to make an audience believe in the private reality of a character, even while laughing at its absurdity. In this sequence, he gives the derelict a complete and consistent sensory world, then allows that world to collide with Lucy's equally consistent determination to clean it up. Thematically, the episode is conducting a delicate argument about the nature of care. Lucy's method of rehabilitation requires her to accept the derelict's delusions as temporarily authoritative. She does not contradict him. She does not demand that he return to consensus reality. She simply joins him inside his reality and begins to impose order upon it. Killing the threats, removing the corpses, restoring the room to a state of imaginary tidiness. The approach is both ridiculous and strangely profound. In the context of 1960s attitudes toward alcoholism, which still leaned heavily toward moral failing rather than disease, Lucy's willingness to meet the derelict on his own hallucinatory ground feels almost radical. She cannot cure him by force of will alone, but she can for a few luminous minutes make the inside of his mind a slightly less terrifying place. By the time the giraffe has been successfully excised from the living room and the derelict has been reminded once again that he is not permitted to leave, the audience has witnessed a complete comic arc from the first intimation of the spider to the final disposal of the giraffe. Every beat has been developed with leisurely thoroughness. The room is quiet again. The towels are still waiting. The clean shirt remains unclaimed. And somewhere in the accumulating residue of the encounter, the phantom weight of a purple giraffe, the remembered buzz of a giant bee, the lingering sense that a chandelier might still be necessary, the larger machinery of mistaken identity and forced redemption continues to turn. The hallucinations have been dealt with. The housework for the moment is done. What remains is the far more dangerous task of determining who exactly the man in Lucy's living room really is. The quiet that follows the removal of the purple giraffe is only a temporary cessation of hostilities. In the charged atmosphere of Lucy Carmichael's living room, the next escalation is already inevitable, and when it arrives, it does so with the force of a long-delayed recognition finally breaking the surface. the derelict still guarding the invisible residue of his recent battle's attempts once more to leave. Lucy blocks him with the same cheerful immovability she has displayed since the soup kitchen. In the ensuing struggle, his voice rises in a familiar cadence of frustrated threat. "If you don't stop, I swear I'll kill you 1,000,000 times." The phrase hangs in the air for a single electric second. Mary Jane's eyes widen. Lucy's expression undergoes one of those instantaneous transformations that only Lucille Ball could make look both completely natural and theatrically perfect. The funny walk, the scar, the cadence of the threat, the overall silhouette of the man she has been trying to save, all of it suddenly coheres into a single impossible identification. "Do you know who he is?" Mary Jane asks, already half certain. Lucy's answer is a whispered explosion of disbelief and delight. "Oh no. Oh Lucy, it's Milton Berle." Milton Berle. The name is repeated as if the second utterance might confirm what the first has only suggested. The two women stand frozen in the classic posture of sitcom revelation, bodies angled toward the object of their discovery, faces alight with the combined pleasures of recognition and impending complication. The derelict's response is immediate and categorical. He is not Milton Berle. The resemblance is an unfortunate coincidence. The truth, he insists with the solemnity of a man revealing a long-held family secret, is far more complicated and far more tragic. He is Arthur Berle, the twin brother whom Milton has kept hidden from the world for the simple reason that Arthur is the funnier of the two. The invention of Arthur Berle is one of Milton Berle's most inspired comic creations within the episode, a secondary persona that allows him to remain inside the derelict character while simultaneously commenting upon his own public legend. Arthur, we learn, is the true originator of the material that made Milton famous. The threat to kill someone 1,000,000 times, stolen. The funny walk, stolen. Every gesture, every cadence, every piece of business that the public associates with Uncle Milty was first developed by the quieter, more gifted twin and then appropriated without credit. Milton has grown rich and celebrated on the proceeds of this theft, while Arthur has been forced to live in obscurity, eventually washing up on Skid Row with nothing but the bitter knowledge of his own superiority. The narrative is delivered with such earnest conviction that for a few precarious moments the audience is invited to entertain the possibility that the great Milton Berle might indeed possess a secret twin who has been wronged in precisely this fashion. Lucy and Mary Jane receive the story with the rapt attention of women who have stumbled into a real-life soap opera. Their sympathy is instantaneous and absolute. The idea that a star of Milton's magnitude would steal from his own brother and then leave that brother to starve is almost too terrible to contemplate, yet the evidence is standing in front of them in the form of a man who looks exactly like Milton Berle and walks with exactly Milton Berle's walk. Lucy's sense of justice, never far from the surface, flares into full flame. "I think he should be exposed," she declares. Arthur's response is a masterpiece of panicked self-preservation. Exposure is the one thing he cannot risk. He has sworn to keep the secret. If Milton ever learns that the truth has been told, he will make good on the very threat he stole and kill Arthur 1,000,000 times. The circular logic is airtight. The stolen threat has become the instrument that enforces the continued silence about the theft itself. What follows is a speech of such pure, undiluted melodrama that it can only have been written for a comedian of Berle's particular gifts. Arthur draws himself up, assumes an expression of noble resignation, and announces that he must disappear into oblivion so that his brother can remain a star. "It's a far better thing I do than I have ever done before," he intones the Dickensian cadence, landing with deliberate, delicious overstatement. "I must go off into oblivion so my brother Milton can remain a star. Parting is such sweet sorrow, but I must go." The entire performance is a comic aria of self-sacrifice, every syllable polished to a high theatrical sheen. Lucille Ball's reaction is a perfect counterpoint. She listens with genuine emotion, her eyes shining with the pathos of the story, only to undercut the mood a moment later with the practical observation that he still needs to get the giraffe out of the hallway. The collision between Arthur's elevated rhetoric and Lucy's domestic concerns produces one of the sequence's purest comic peaks. Mary Jane's contribution to the scene is quieter but no less essential. While Lucy is busy vowing eternal enmity against the thieving Milton, Mary Jane supplies the steadying presence that prevents the revelation from spinning completely out of control. Her sympathy for Arthur is real, her awareness that the situation has become dangerously unstable is equally real. Between the two women, the script creates a complete emotional circuit, Lucy's fiery determination to right the wrong, Mary Jane's more cautious compassion, and Arthur's desperate need to keep the fiction intact long enough to escape. The derelict, who is Arthur, edges toward the door with the careful movements of a man who knows that any sudden gesture might shatter the fragile new identity he has just constructed. Thematically, the twin brother revelation performs several kinds of work at once. On the most immediate level, it is a classic sitcom complication, the sudden introduction of a new layer of mistaken identity that will generate further chaos in subsequent scenes. On a deeper level, it is a sly commentary on the nature of comic stardom itself. Milton Berle had spent decades as the most visible and most imitated comedian in America. The idea that his entire persona might be stolen property is a joke that only a performer of his security and self-awareness could have allowed to be told. By placing the accusation in the mouth of his own derelict alter ego, the episode achieves a kind of comic self-portraiture that is both affectionate and ruthlessly clear-eyed. The public Milton is a construct, the private Arthur is the authentic source. The truth is always is more complicated than either version can fully contain. Lucille Ball's handling of the recognition and its aftermath demonstrates once again why she remains the supreme manager of ensemble comedy. She does not seize the scene or diminish Berle's contribution. Instead, she creates the precise emotional and physical space in which his invention of Arthur can fully bloom. Her disbelief is large enough to be funny and sincere enough to be moving. Her subsequent outrage on Arthur's behalf is calibrated, so that it never quite tips into pure farce. There is always the lingering possibility that she might actually attempt to expose the real Milton. In this delicate balance between credulity and determination lies the engine that will power the rest of the episode's first major arc. By the time Arthur has completed his tragic exit speech, and Lucy has begun to formulate her vow of eventual revenge, the living room has been transformed into a courtroom of popular mythology. The derelict has been revealed, then re-revealed as someone else entirely. The stolen jokes have been catalogued. The funny walk has been reclaimed by its rightful owner. The soft bed, the purple giraffe, and the giant bee have all been superseded by a larger and more dangerous fiction. The idea that Milton Berle's entire career rests upon the silent suffering of a twin, who now asks only to be allowed to disappear. Lucy watches him go with the complex expression of a woman who has just been handed a moral crusade she did not expect and has no intention of abandoning. Somewhere outside the apartment, the real Milton Berle or the real Arthur or the real derelict moves off into the night, leaving behind a residue of pathos absurdity. An unfinished business that will not be resolved until the press party several scenes later. The revelation is complete. The sacrifice has been announced. And Lucy Carmichael, true to her nature, has already begun to plan the reckoning. The press party sequence that follows the twin brother revelation stands as one of the most intricately constructed set pieces in the entire composite episode, a masterful collision of public image, private grievance, and escalating farce that allows both Lucille Ball and Milton Berle to operate at the height of their powers. The scene opens not with Lucy, but with Mr. Mooney in conversation with a bank colleague named Mr. Potter. The two men discussing the progressive optics of financing a motion picture and the residual goodwill generated by the earlier soup kitchen experiment. Mooney's mild self-congratulation, "This may turn out to be a better idea than that free soup kitchen," is delivered with the complacent air of a man who believes the chaotic chapter has been closed. The appearance of Lucy in the doorway, costumed in what Mooney immediately identifies as a cheesy Mary Poppins outfit and offering flowers for sale, shatters that complacency with the force of a carefully aimed comic missile. Lucy's entrance is a visual thesis statement. The costume, with its suggestions of practical magic and determined cheerfulness, places her in the tradition of the benevolent interloper who arrives to set a disordered world right. Yet the flower basket and the softly repeated offer, "Would you like to buy my flower?" immediately establish the scene's central comic tension, the gap between Lucy's stated purpose and her actual agenda. When Mooney demands an explanation, Her answer unfolds as a single breathless, gloriously convoluted sentence that attempts to summarize the entire preceding adventure. She has come, she explains, for a very humane reason. 2 weeks earlier, she took in a poor man named Arthur, not Milton, who saw purple giraffes and hairy spiders, whose brother Milton, not Arthur, had stolen his funny walk and the threat to kill someone 1,000,000 times, and who had been forced to live his life out of a bottle. The speech is a comic aria of misplaced modifiers and competing identities, and Gail Gordon's Mr. Mooney receives it with the expression of a man whose internal filing system has just suffered a catastrophic overload. I haven't been so confused, he confesses, since our bank started compounding interest daily. The arrival of Milton Berle himself, sweeping into the party with the expansive confidence of a star who expects every room to arrange itself around his presence, raises the stakes immediately. He greets the assembled press by name, accepts the title Uncle Milty with practiced humility, and prepares to dispense the kind of polished anecdotes that have sustained his public persona for decades. Lucy's flower basket becomes the instrument of disruption. She moves through the cluster of reporters with the soft persistence of a woman who cannot be dislodged, offering blossoms while simultaneously planting the seeds of Milton's public undoing. The first mentions of the twin brother are received as mild curiosities. Milton's attempt to wave the subject away, they don't look much alike anymore, this one's so well fed and his brother's starving, only supplies Lucy with additional material. She begins to embroider. What follows is a tour de force of escalating invention. Lucy informs the reporters that she and Arthur stood together in bread lines on Skid Row. She took the crusts, she gave him the soft centers because he had no teeth. She offers the names of his 9 children, the smallest of whom is called Tiny Tim. She begins collecting food from the press party buffet olives canapes. Whatever comes to hand, announcing that she must take it home for the starving brother who never sees a green vegetable unless his bread has already gone moldy. Each new detail is delivered with the bright sincerity of a woman performing a public service. The reporters scenting a story far more interesting than the usual celebrity soft soap begin to take notes. Milton's attempts to shut the conversation down grow increasingly desperate. Don't write that down. Please don't write that down. The plea only confirms the value of the material. The physical comedy of the sequence resides in the contrast between Milton's attempts to maintain the graceful choreography of a press event and Lucy's absolute refusal to observe any of its protocols. She invades his personal space. She interrupts his answers. She appropriates the food from his plate. When a reporter requests an autograph, she is already there to suggest that the signature might be more valuable if made out to the suffering twin. Berle's face. That famously elastic instrument of comic reaction registers each new humiliation with a fresh combination of disbelief, rage, and the professional's reluctant admiration for a rival who has temporarily seized control of the scene. The moment when he finally recognizes her, "You're the cook from the soup kitchen," is played as pure revelation. The derelict research, the purple giraffe, the forced rehabilitation, the invention of Arthur Berle, all of it crashes back upon him in a single, devastating wave. Lucy's response to the recognition is a model of tactical honesty. She does not deny the earlier encounter. She simply reframes it. Yes, she dragged him to her apartment. Yes, he was the one who saw the purple giraffe. But the man she dragged was Arthur, not Milton, and the suffering she witnessed was real. When Milton at last abandons the twin brother fiction and confesses that he was conducting research for a film role, Lucy pivots without hesitation to a new line of attack. If he is indeed Milton Berle, then he is also the cheapest man in the world, a rich star who eats in free soup kitchens merely to save a few pennies. The accusation is so perfectly calibrated to the public legend of show business thrift that the reporters lean in with renewed interest. Milton's attempt to explain the method acting premise is drowned in the rising tide of Lucy's moral outrage. The scene's climax arrives when Milton, cornered and furious, threatens physical violence and then immediately retracts the threat upon remembering that his adversary is a woman. The retraction itself becomes another comic beat. The great Milton Berle, master of the verbal put-down, reduced to the awkward gallantry of a man who cannot follow through on his own anger. Lucy accepts the apology with the serene composure of a combatant who has already won. Around them, the press party continues in a state of suspended animation, the reporters torn between professional duty and the sheer entertainment value of the unfolding disaster. Mr. Mooney, hovering at the edge of the frame, wears the expression of a man calculating the precise damage to the bank's public relations and finding the total larger than any spreadsheet can contain. What gives the sequence its lasting power is the way it completes the moral arc begun in the soup kitchen. Lucy's original impulse to rehabilitate a hopeless soul has been transformed through a series of misunderstandings and inventions into a public campaign of accountability. She came to the party seeking justice for Arthur Berle. She leaves having forced Milton Berle to account for himself in front of the very press that sustains his legend. The flower basket, once a simple prop of disguise, becomes a symbol of the entire enterprise, something small, cheerful, and impossible to ignore, offered with a smile that conceals a remorseless determination. Lucille Ball carries the scene with the effortless authority of a performer who understands that the most devastating comedy is often indistinguishable from the most sincere moral seriousness. She never winks at the audience. She never undercuts Lucy's belief in the reality of Arthur's suffering. She simply allows that belief to operate at full strength inside a situation that cannot accommodate it, and the result is pure comic combustion. By the time the press party begins to disperse, the first major movement of the composite episode has reached its resolution. The derelict has been unmasked, the twin has been retired, the research project has been publicly acknowledged, and Lucy Carmichael has exacted a form of justice that only she could have devised. Milton Berle exits the scene richer in material and poorer in dignity, while Lucy remains behind with the quiet satisfaction of a woman who has kept a promise she made to herself in the steam and clatter of the South Side soup kitchen. The flowers have been offered, the bill has been presented, and somewhere in the unsettled air of the bank's private dining room, the ghost of a purple giraffe still briefly lingers, a reminder that the most dangerous hallucinations are the ones that turn out to contain a measure of truth. The shift from the press party humiliation of Milton Berle to the quieter, more domestic terrain of Christmas preparations is effected with the unhurried confidence of a series that understands the value of tonal contrast. One moment the screen is filled with the public collision of celebrity ego and determined moral accounting. The next it settles into the familiar fluorescent-lit interior of the bank where Mr. Mooney presides over his small empire of ledgers and repressed exasperation. The composite episode does not announce the change of season with tinsel or carols at the outset. Instead, it allows the theme of Christmas to emerge organically from a conversation about fiscal prudence, a subject always close to Mr. Mooney's heart, and always in the presence of Lucy Carmichael, destined for comic subversion. Mr. Mooney is discovered in a mood of self-congratulatory restraint. He has completed his Christmas shopping early, a fact he presents to Lucy as evidence of both superior organization and moral virtue. The spirit of Christmas is giving, he explains with the didactic patience of a man who believes he is imparting wisdom. I buy early, so I can give early. That way others have time to reciprocate. Then they get a chance to enjoy giving. The philosophy is neat, circular, and entirely characteristic. In Mooney's moral economy, generosity is most admirable when it is also efficient. And efficiency is most admirable when it produces the maximum return of reciprocal obligation. Lucy listens with the polite attention she always affords her employer's lectures, then offers her own contrasting testimony. She too loves to give, but this year she cannot afford to be extravagant. In previous seasons the Christmas spirit has carried her so far that by New Year's she has been unable to pay her bills. The confession is delivered without shame, it is simply a fact of her nature, as immutable as the color of her hair. Mooney receives this information with the satisfaction of a mentor, observing the first signs of improvement in a difficult pupil. Working at the bank, he suggests, has begun to exert a beneficial conservative influence. Some of the institution's fiscal caution has rubbed off on her. Lucy's reply, "I wish some of its money would," is so perfectly timed, so lightly tossed that it momentarily disarms even Mooney's vigilance. He recovers quickly, warning her that there will be none of that, and the conversation turns to the practical matter at hand. He has purchased a number of gifts. Each package contains a slip of paper bearing the name of its intended recipient. Lucy's task is to transfer those names onto proper gift cards and then affix each card to its corresponding package. The instructions are simple. A 10-year-old child Mooney observes could understand them. Lucy's response, "Well, I don't have a 10-year-old child. I had to settle for you," is delivered with such sunny innocence that the insult lands only after a perceptible delay, by which time she is already reaching for the first card. What follows is a master class in the comedy of procedural collapse. The camera does not show the actual work of transcription. It simply cuts to the aftermath, in which Lucy stands amid a chaos of packages, cards and discarded slips, her expression the purest distillation of well-intentioned ruin. Mooney's return to the scene is heralded by the kind of silence that precedes an explosion. He surveys the damage. The cards have been written, but they have been separated from the packages they were meant to identify. The original name slips have been lost or discarded. There is now no reliable way to determine which gift belongs to which relative. Aunt Clara's umbrella and the nephew's baseball bat have become interchangeable. The image of Aunt Clara standing in the rain holding a baseball bat is so vividly absurd that even Mooney, in the midst of his fury, seems briefly arrested by its comic perfection. The ensuing confrontation is pure Lucy show architecture. Mooney's temper, always simmering, rises to a rolling boil. He raises his voice. He demands explanations. He catalogues the impossibility of the situation with the precision of a man accustomed to balanced books. Lucy's defense is a delicate mixture of apology, self-justification and counter-accusation. She was only doing what he told her to do. She did not do it that way on purpose. If he did not always holler at her, she would not make so many mistakes. The last claim is offered with such sincere conviction that it momentarily reframes the entire history of their working relationship. In Lucy's version of events, Mooney's temper is not a reaction to her errors, it is the primary cause of them. The logic is circular, self-serving and oddly difficult to refute. At this point, the script introduces one of its most graceful tonal pivots. Lucy, sensing that the argument has reached the edge of genuine unkindness, invokes the spirit of the season. It is Christmas. One ought to have goodwill toward one's fellow man, even if that fellow man happens to be a woman. The appeal is so perfectly timed, so sweetly reasonable that Mooney is forced to absorb it. His anger does not vanish, but it is compelled to put on a more civilized coat. He acknowledges, with the stiff reluctance of a man conceding a point of etiquette rather than of substance, that he sometimes becomes quick-tempered. Perhaps it would be better to explain things quietly, to reason constructively. The admission costs him something. The audience can see the effort it requires. Yet he makes it, and in making it, he restores a fragile equilibrium to the room. The resolution of the immediate crisis is characteristically practical and slightly punitive. Lucy is to take the entire collection of packages back to the store, obtain a refund and use the money to purchase enough ribbon and wrapping paper to redo the job properly. The instruction is delivered with the residual edge of Mooney's frustration, but it is no longer pure anger. A season's worth of goodwill has been reluctantly summoned and put to work. As a final, almost affectionate warning, Mooney notes that Lucy is very lucky he does not know which package contains the baseball bat. The thread is empty, and both of them know it. Its real function is to allow him the last word while still participating in the comic contract that binds them. What makes the sequence endure is the way it crystallizes the central relationship of the series without ever resorting to sentimentality. Mr. Mooney is not a villain. He is a man of narrow but genuine principles who finds himself endlessly exasperated by an employee whose principles are wider, messier, and infinitely more expensive. Lucy is not a saboteur. She is a woman whose generosity of spirit is constantly colliding with the practical limitations of the world and with her own distinctive brand of operational chaos. Christmas, with its competing demands of fiscal restraint and emotional abundance, provides the perfect pressure system for their particular dynamic. Mooney wants the holiday to be orderly, reciprocal and contained. Lucy wants it to be large enough to accommodate every impulse of kindness, even those that leave her unable to pay her January bills. Between those two positions, the episode finds an inexhaustible supply of comedy. Lucille Ball's handling of the gift card disaster is a study in the comedy of competence undercut by temperament. She does not play Lucy as careless or stupid. She plays her as a woman who understands the instructions perfectly and then through a combination of overconfidence and residual nervousness under Mooney's supervision produces the opposite of the intended result. The physical business with the packages, the sorting, the stacking. The eventual gesture of helpless surrender is performed with the precision of a silent film comedian who knows that the body can tell a joke more efficiently than any line of dialogue. Gail Gordon's Mooney matches her beat for beat. His explosions are never generic, they are specifically the explosions of a man who has spent years trying to impose double entry order on a single entry soul. In the larger cultural context of the mid-1960s, the scene also functions as a gentle satire of the emerging tension between consumer abundance and fiscal anxiety. Americans were being encouraged from every magazine page and television advertisement to express love through purchasing. At the same time, the memory of earlier decades of scarcity had not entirely faded. Mooney's early shopping philosophy and Lucy's history of post-holiday insolvency are two sides of the same national coin. The episode does not resolve the tension, it simply allows it to play out in the confined space of a bank office and a pile of mislabeled gifts, trusting that the audience will recognize its own mixed feelings in the collision. By the time Lucy gathers the packages for their return to the store, the immediate comic crisis has been contained but the seasonal theme has been firmly established. Christmas will not remain a matter of gift cards and wrapping paper. It will expand in the scenes that follow into the search for a tree that can adequately say Merry Christmas, into the recruitment of carolers, and into the further testing of Mr. Mooney's hard-won goodwill. For the moment, however, the bank office is quiet again. The baseball bat and the umbrella have been temporarily retired from their identity crisis. And Lucy Carmichael, armed with a refund slip and a renewed sense of seasonal purpose, moves off toward the next impossible task with the same bright determination that once led her to drag a derelict out of a soup kitchen. The spirit of Christmas in her keeping remains a force as generous as it is chaotic, as sincere as it is expensive, and as impossible to refuse as a flower offered in the middle of a press party. The Christmas tree expedition that occupies the next major movement of the composite episode is one of the purest distillations of Lucy Carmichael's character ever committed to film. It begins with a resolution of almost monastic restraint and ends inevitably with an object so large that it seems to mock the very idea of resolution. Between those two poles, the script constructs a leisurely meticulously detailed comic journey that allows Lucille Ball to display every facet of her art, the bright optimism, the sudden shifts of desire, the physical inventiveness, the absolute sincerity, with which she pursues goals that any reasonable person would recognize as contradictory. The sequence is not merely about buying a tree. It is about the impossibility of satisfying a longing that keeps rewriting its own terms, the moment they threaten to be met. Lucy enters the tree lot with a clear and modest mandate. This year she has decided to be sensible. She wants a small tree, something that can sit comfortably on a table. The decision is presented as evidence of growth of the conservative influence Mr. Mooney has claimed to detect in her. The salesman, a weary professional who has clearly seen every variety of customer, receives the request with polite efficiency. Small trees are popular, they come in all the pastel colors. Lucy's response, "Could you spray one green so it looks like a Christmas tree," is the first gentle announcement that her idea of sensibility may not align with the lot's inventory. The salesman's dry observation that this must be her first Christmas in Hollywood is both a joke and a diagnosis. In Hollywood, even the trees are expected to perform. The first small green tree is produced. It is objectively exactly what she has requested. Lucy regards it with the expression of a woman who has asked for a glass of water and been handed a thimble. It is nice. It is also awfully small. After one has been accustomed to a big tree, a small tree simply does not say Merry Christmas. The salesman, still operating under the original instructions, reminds her that she asked for small. Lucy agrees that she did. She still wants small. She simply wants a small tree that is not too small. Ideally, it should be small enough to sit on a table yet tall enough to reach the ceiling, a half and half tree, half table, half tree. The request is delivered with such earnest problem-solving energy that it momentarily seems almost reasonable. Only the salesman's silent, professional despair signals the magnitude of the contradiction. What follows is one of the most charmingly absurd measurement sequences in the series. Lucy, unable to judge heights with any confidence, enlists the salesgirl as a living yardstick. The young woman is asked to stand on a box. She is asked to stand up straighter. She is asked to spread her branches, meaning after a moment of startled clarification to extend her arms and fingers in imitation of a tree. Lucy circles, her adjusting the pose, adding imaginary fullness. Even placing an object on her head to test the final height. The salesgirl endures the process with the frozen smile of a person who has accepted that the customer is always right even when the customer is using her as a decorative prop. Ball's physical comedy here is delicate and precise. She does not overplay the inspection. She treats the salesgirl's body as a serious design problem, stepping back, narrowing her eyes, requesting minute adjustments the way a director might refine an actor's posture. The result is a living Christmas tree that still, in Lucy's judgment, looks a little bare without ornaments. The medium tree is produced next. It is fuller, more substantial, closer to the Platonic ideal that has begun to form in Lucy's mind. Yet even this specimen fails the decisive test. It does not say Merry Christmas. The salesman's exhausted observation that none of their trees talk is met with the cheerful acknowledgement that he is correct, followed immediately by the suggestion that perhaps something a bit bigger would solve the problem. The display tree, the large, fully decorated specimen intended to attract customers rather than be sold, now enters Lucy's field of vision. At once the earlier resolutions collapse. This tree says Merry Christmas. It says it loudly, repeatedly, and with full orchestral accompaniment. The fact that it is a display model, that it is covered in ornaments that will take an hour to remove, that it costs more than she intended to spend, all of these considerations are acknowledged and then smoothly set aside. The salesman, sensing that resistance is futile and that the customer's satisfaction may be the only path to closing the lot for the night, orders the ornaments stripped. While the tree is being prepared, Lucy's attention expands to include the surrounding merchandise. A wreath is required for the door. Candy canes and pinecone clusters are examined with the delight of a woman who remains, by her own cheerful admission, a little girl about Christmas. The appearance of mistletoe produces a brief, poignant comedy of widowhood. The salesman offers the traditional holiday implication. Lucy declines with the gentle firmness of a woman who lives alone and has no one to mistle with. The moment is light, but it carries a faint undercurrent of the loneliness that the series occasionally allows to surface beneath Lucy's manic energy. She purchases the wreath instead, restoring the transaction to the safer ground of decoration. The final selection is made under the pressure of pure visual seduction. A still larger tree, even more eloquent in its silent declaration of Merry Christmas, appears in her line of sight. The salesman, now fully committed to the principle of customer satisfaction at any cost, offers it for the same price as the previous tree and throws the wreath in as a gesture of seasonal goodwill. Lucy accepts with the radiant gratitude of a woman who has been granted a stay of execution from her own better judgment. Delivery is declined. She will take the tree herself. She has always managed the family trees. The claim is offered as evidence of competence. The immediate consequence is the accidental toppling of a small tree near the exit. Merry Christmas, she calls to the fallen specimen, the apology and the greeting fused into a single perfect comic grace note. The return to the apartment completes the arc with mathematical precision. Mr. Mooney, summoned to witness the result of Lucy's restrained shopping, is confronted by a tree so large that it seems to have brought its own postal code. His observation that she has kept her word about purchasing a small tree is delivered with the dry irony that is his primary survival mechanism. What kind of a small tree is that? A redwood? Lucy's defense is a masterpiece of retrospective justification. She could not find a small tree that adequately said Merry Christmas. The present tree, while perhaps a little extravagant, fulfills the essential communicative function of the holiday. Mooney's summary. It does say Merry Christmas, and a bankrupt New Year is so perfectly balanced between affection and exasperation that it stands as one of the definitive statements of their entire relationship. The sequence as a whole functions as a comic essay on the nature of desire. Lucy begins with a clear, limited objective and then through a series of incremental redefinitions arrives at its opposite. Each adjustment feels reasonable in the moment. The small tree is too small, the medium tree lacks eloquence, the large tree finally speaks the correct emotional language. By the time she reaches the final specimen, the original resolution has been so thoroughly rewritten that it exists only as a faint, slightly embarrassing memory. Ball plays every stage of this progression with absolute sincerity. There is never a sense that Lucy is being willfully difficult. She is simply following the living logic of her own longing, a logic that has no patience for the arbitrary limitations of height, price, or prior intention. In the cultural context of the 1960s, the scene also registers as a gentle satire of Christmas consumerism. The holiday had already become a stage for the performance of abundance, and the pressure to acquire a tree that adequately expressed one's festive spirit was real and widely felt. Lucy's quest is only an exaggerated version of a negotiation occurring in living rooms across the country, the desire for a symbol large enough to match the emotion it is meant to represent. That the symbol eventually threatens to bankrupt the household is not a failure of the quest but its logical conclusion. Mooney's presence as the voice of fiscal restraint only sharpens the comedy. He is the reality principle against which Lucy's seasonal idealism must forever contend. By the time the enormous tree is standing in the apartment shedding needles onto the carpet and rendering the earlier conversation about gift wrapping almost quaint, the episode has completed one of its most satisfying comic movements. The woman who intended to buy a tabletop tree has brought home a forest. The man who praised her newfound conservatism has been forced to acknowledge the limits of his influence. And the audience has been granted the deep pleasure of watching Lucille Ball pursue an impossible perfection with every ounce of her talent, intelligence, and physical grace. The tree says Merry Christmas. It says it at considerable volume. And somewhere beneath its lower branches, the spirit of the season, generous, chaotic, and cheerfully insolvent, settles in for a long winter's stay. The enormous Christmas tree, having successfully declared its message of seasonal abundance and fiscal peril, now generates a secondary crisis that is pure Lucy Carmichael in both conception and execution. A tree of such magnitude, she realizes, looks incomplete without the traditional accompaniment of living voices. Christmas is not Christmas without carolers. The memory of earlier years in Danfield when she regularly brought the boys from Jerry's school to sing for charity rises with the force of sacred obligation. The bank, she decides, will serve as this year's venue. Mr. Mooney, as the nearest available authority, will of course arrange it. The fact that he is not the manager, that he is new to the institution and would prefer to grow old in it, that the presence of a dozen energetic children inside a place of financial business is a self-evident disaster. All of these considerations are acknowledged by Lucy, with polite sympathy, and then smoothly overridden by the higher logic of the holiday. Mooney's resistance is immediate, articulate, and doomed. He is not Scrooge. He is simply a man who understands the difference between a small-town bank and a large city institution. In Danfield, the carolers were charming. In the present setting, they are a liability. Lucy's counter-argument moves with the graceful inevitability of a steamroller wrapped in tinsel. The boys have been rehearsing. They are very good. Carolers create goodwill. It is the duty of citizens to encourage healthy activities that keep children off the streets. The final stroke is delivered with wide-eyed sincerity. Denfield was a little town, well, so was Bethlehem. The comparison is so extravagantly inappropriate, so perfectly Lucy in its fusion of sacred history and local real estate, that Mooney is left momentarily speechless. He knows he is smarter than she is. He also knows he has never once won an argument of this kind. With the air of a man signing his own professional death warrant, he agrees to put in a good word. The boys arrive before the good word can even be drafted. They enter the bank in a wave of mismatched energy, grease, lost skate keys, and incomplete costume pieces. One has been fixing a bicycle and carries enough grease to swim the English Channel. Another has forgotten to remove his skates. Names are offered in a rapid overlapping torrent: Barry Newton, Malcolm Stanley, Bruce Lenny, Lester Stephen Walter, Jeff Nelson, Homer Lloyd, until Mooney, overwhelmed, declares that he does not care if they are Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, and Rudolph the greasy-nosed reindeer. His demand that the mob disperse is met with the full force of Lucy's maternal advocacy. The children's faces are invoked, the importance of charity is invoked. The threat of appearing Scrooge-like is invoked once more. Mooney's will, already softened by the Bethlehem comparison, collapses completely. The rehearsal that follows is a sustained comic symphony of good intentions and total structural failure. The chosen carol is the 12 Days of Christmas, a song whose cumulative structure is designed to expose the slightest lapse in memory or concentration. Lucy, serving as conductor, attempts to impose order through a system of physical cues. One gesture means geese a-laying, another means swans a-swimming. The boys, enthusiastic but imperfectly rehearsed, immediately begin to confuse the two. Accusations fly. Barry is blamed for saying 6 when he should have said 7. Newton counters that the error originated elsewhere. A brief physical altercation is narrowly avoided. Malcolm, present one moment, is discovered the next to have fallen out the window. His cheerful report that he is uninjured does little to restore the atmosphere of disciplined preparation. Lucy's attempts to recover momentum only compound the disorder. She separates the disputing parties. She repositions Malcolm where she can see him. She invents a new method of attendance, taking any boy who is not present should raise his hand. The logic of the request hangs in the air for a moment before being mercifully abandoned. When the singing resumes, a new crisis emerges. One of the boys, previously a reliable bass, has suffered an abrupt vocal transformation and is now producing notes in the soprano range. His explanation, "It just goes like that," is accepted with the weary fatalism of a director who has run out of remedies. The choir cannot continue without a true bass. The emergency is absolute. It is at this precise moment of maximum need that Mr. Mooney makes the fatal error of speaking. His innocent question, "Anybody home?" is seized upon by Lucy, with the speed of a hawk detecting movement in the grass. The voice is perfect. The range is perfect. The owner of the voice is standing right there, already implicated in the enterprise by his earlier weak consent. The boys are instructed to give a cheer for their new bass. Mooney's horror is total and instantaneous. He has been recruited by acclamation into a children's choir performing a song he does not know in a bank he does not manage under the direction of an employee whose previous Christmas project was a tree the size of a modest redwood. His attempts to refuse are drowned in the general enthusiasm. The subsequent run-through of the carol, now featuring Mooney's reluctant bass line, is a masterpiece of escalating catastrophe. The cumulative verses become a battlefield of forgotten lyrics, premature entrances, and desperate visual cueing from Lucy. Boys who should be singing of lords a-leaping are still entangled in maids a-milking. The partridge in the pear tree appears and disappears at random intervals. Mooney, trying to anchor the lower register, finds himself producing sounds that have little relation to the printed music and even less to the sounds emerging around him. The performance collapses, reforms, collapses again. At one point, the entire company appears to be improvising a new and previously unknown carol that shares only a few nouns with the original. Lucy's attempts to restore order through ever more elaborate conducting gestures only add a further layer of visual chaos. What gives the sequence its remarkable staying power is the way it balances affection for the children's genuine effort with an unflinching depiction of the disorder they create. The boys are never mocked. Their grease, their skates, their window falling, their vocal instability are all presented as the natural condition of childhood rather than as personal failings. Lucy's direction, however misguided, is motivated by a real desire to give them a meaningful holiday activity. Even Mooney's suffering is treated with a certain respect. He is not a cartoon tyrant being tormented for sport, but a man of limited patience being asked to exceed those limits in the name of seasonal goodwill. The comedy arises from the collision of these sincere intentions with the stubborn complexity of the material and the environment. Lucille Ball's performance as the embattled conductor is a wonder of sustained physical invention. Every cue, every corrective gesture, every moment of rising panic is rendered with absolute clarity. She does not simply wave her arms. She constructs an entire temporary language of the body in the hope that 12 distracted children and one trapped bank executive will learn to speak it before the song ends. Gail Gordon's Mooney matches her with a performance of exquisite reluctance. His bass notes are produced as if under extreme duress. His facial expressions form a running commentary of professional and personal despair. Together, they create a comic duet, in which the music is only the pretext for a far deeper negotiation about authority, generosity, and the limits of what one human being can be asked to endure before Christmas. By the time the final exhausted Merry Christmas, everybody is declared the bank has been thoroughly colonized by the spirit of the season in its most anarchic form. The carolers have sung. The base has been secured, however unwillingly. The goodwill that Lucy promised has been generated in abundance, even if it is the kind of goodwill that leaves the premises looking as if a small musical tornado has passed through. Mr. Mooney, his voice slightly hoarse, and his dignity in urgent need of repair, has once again discovered that resistance to Lucy Carmichael's holiday vision is a temporary condition at best. The tree in the apartment says Merry Christmas. The children in the bank have said it as well in 12 increasingly disordered keys, and somewhere in the unsettled air of the loan department the distant sound of a purple giraffe's ghostly footsteps may still be heard. A reminder that in Lucy's world the extraordinary is never more than one good intention away. The Christmas chaos of mislabeled gifts, monumental trees and reluctant bass lines has scarcely settled before the composite episode pivots into one of its most sustained explorations of Mr. Mooney's private desperation. The bank office, so recently filled with the overlapping voices of carolers, now becomes the staging ground for a quiet, almost furtive bid for freedom. Mr. Mooney, having endured more seasonal goodwill than any one nervous system should be required to absorb, decides that the moment has come to disappear. The decision is not announced. It is simply enacted. One moment he is present answering the telephone with the brittle patience that is his customary armor. The next, he is attempting to slip out before the close of business, only to be intercepted by the one person from whom no escape is ever truly possible. Lucy's detection of the departure is instantaneous and absolute. She has developed over the long course of their association a kind of radar for Mooney's attempts at unauthorized absence. The moment he reappears in the doorway, having thought better of an earlier exit, she is ready with the full arsenal of affectionate surveillance. Leaving before quitting time is noted. The possibility of snitching is raised and then with theatrical magnanimity set aside. The real inquiry begins at once. Where is he going? Mooney's refusal to answer is met with the cheerful persistence that has dismantled every previous defense. The destination he finally concedes under pressure is his little hideaway, an oasis away from home, remote, secluded, spectacular and smog-free, reachable in just 2 hours on the freeway. The name of the place is top secret. Lucy's immediate counter that she can always obtain the information from his wife produces the episode's purest expression of marital realism. He is not hiding from the bank, he is hiding from Mrs. Mooney. The subsequent telephone conversation between Lucy and Mary Jane, conducted the instant Mooney is safely out of earshot, is a model of efficient conspiracy. Captain Bligh has left the building. The mice are free to quit early. Yet, even in the midst of this small rebellion, the machinery of responsibility continues to turn. A messenger arrives seeking the Wilcox escrow papers, which require Mooney's signature and must go out that night. Lucy's discovery that the papers remain unsigned and that she herself forgot to present them converts the afternoon from a simple holiday from supervision into a high-stakes rescue mission. Mooney's professional survival is now at risk. The hideaway must be located. The papers must be delivered. The 2-hour radius and the precise descriptive language Mooney used become the only available clues. The search through the newspaper's resort section is conducted with the systematic energy of a military campaign. Help-wanted advertisements are briefly considered and then set aside for possible future use. Spanish haciendas, lazy day retreats and a shady nook nudist colony are examined and rejected. The nudist colony in particular produces a moment of pure character comedy. Lucy's speculative suggestion is met with Mary Jane's firm conviction that Mr. Mooney is not the type. He used to blush when he watched Naked City. The final identification of the Tumbleweed Inn at Indian Rock is achieved through the exact matching of Mooney's own words: remote, secluded, smog-free, 2 hours on the freeway. The address is copied with the solemnity of a sacred text. Lucy is already reaching for her purse. The arrival at the Tumbleweed Inn marks a decisive shift in both geography and tone. The bank's fluorescent severity is replaced by the deliberate, slightly threadbare Western fantasy of a resort that sells atmosphere as its primary commodity. Tex Critter, the social director, greets Lucy with the expansive hospitality of a man whose job is to make every guest feel like the star of a low-budget odor. His attempt to register her as a staying guest is politely declined. She is looking for Mr. Theodore J. Mooney, stocky, dark, mustached, never smiling, stern and dignified. Tex's recognition is immediate. You mean Hopalong. The nickname, so wildly at variance with everything the audience knows about Gale Gordon's character, is accepted without comment. Mooney has checked in. He is somewhere on the grounds moseying. The reunion between Lucy and her employer is played as a small comic duel of competing grievances. Mooney's first reaction is pure outrage at the violation of his sanctuary. Lucy's presence is not a surprise so much as a confirmation of a law of the universe he has long tried to repeal. There is no distance great enough, no cover story secure enough to protect him from her intervention. Her explanation: the unsigned Wilcox papers. The professional consequences of their absence shifts the emotional ground beneath him. Outrage is replaced by the colder fear of institutional failure. A slip of this magnitude could cost him his position. The papers must be signed at once. Lucy produces a pen with the bright efficiency of a woman who has anticipated every need. She has everything required for the transaction except the papers themselves. In the hurry of departure, they have been left on her desk at the bank. The revelation produces a moment of shared, perfectly synchronized despair. Mooney's job is in jeopardy. Lucy's conscience is in jeopardy. The 2-hour drive that was to have been a one-way escape has become the first leg of a round trip that must be completed before the close of business. Mooney's solution is to telephone the bank and have the papers messengered out. Lucy's counter-proposal that she has a spirited Mustang and can retrieve them herself is accepted with the weary fatalism of a man who has learned that resistance only prolongs the ordeal. She will go. She will return. He will remain at the inn a temporary prisoner of his own need for solitude, waiting for the documents that will allow him to resume the fiction of control. Around this central negotiation, the script begins to assemble the supporting players who will dominate the subsequent Western movement of the episode. 2 young Native American men, college students working at the resort, appear in conversation with Tex Critter about an oil well they have been monitoring all summer. Their dialogue, a careful mixture of contemporary ambition and performed traditionalism, establishes the cultural and comic terrain the episode is about to enter. They are expected to maintain a public image for the guests to look like Indians and talk like Indians while privately calculating the financial possibilities of a successful strike that might pay their tuition. Tex's instructions are pragmatic rather than reverent. The war dance is popular with the tourists. The rain dance is sacred and therefore off-limits. The distinction delivered with the casual authority of a man who has turned culture into entertainment inventory sets up the misunderstanding that will soon engulf Lucy. The sequence as a whole is a masterful study in the comedy of pursuit and the impossibility of privacy. Mr. Mooney's hideaway is described in language that promises isolation, yet the very precision of that language becomes the instrument of his discovery. Lucy's motives are a characteristic blend of genuine professional concern and the deeper, almost instinctive need to remain at the center of any unfolding drama. She does not follow him out of malice. She follows him because the alternative, allowing a preventable disaster to occur when she possesses the power to intervene, is simply outside the range of her available choices. The Wilcox papers are real. The threat to Mooney's job is real. The 2-hour drive is real. Yet the entire enterprise is also unmistakably another chapter in the long comic novel of their interdependence. Lucille Ball plays the pursuit with a light, almost sportive energy that never quite conceals the underlying seriousness of the errand. There is delight in the detective work of the newspaper search, delight in the Western atmosphere of the inn, delight in the sheer improbable fact of having tracked her employer to a place he was certain she could not find. At the same time, there is real anxiety about the papers and real awareness that her own earlier forgetfulness has created the emergency. The dual-register comic relish and genuine responsibility is sustained without contradiction. Gale Gordon's Mooney, caught between the residual pleasure of his brief escape and the returning weight of institutional obligation, gives a performance of exquisite compression. Every line is clipped. Every glance is freighted with the knowledge that solitude has once again proven to be a temporary condition. By the time Lucy climbs back into the Mustang for the return journey to the bank, the secret hideaway has been thoroughly compromised. The oasis is no longer an oasis. The 2-hour radius has been mapped and conquered, and Mr. Mooney, left behind among the Joshua trees and the carefully curated Western decor, has been reminded once more that the only true constant in his professional life is the certainty that Lucy Carmichael will eventually appear, papers or no papers, to convert his private retreat into the next stage of their shared and endless comedy. The rain dance has not yet begun. The oil has not yet been struck. But the machinery of misunderstanding is already turning, and the distance between a bank executive's longing for peace and a determined redhead's talent for benevolent chaos has once again been measured at exactly 2 hours on the freeway. The return journey with the Wilcox papers is never shown. The composite episode, confident in the audience's understanding of Lucy's determination, simply deposits her back on the grounds of the Tumbleweed Inn at the precise moment when the resort's carefully maintained Western fantasy is about to collide with forces it cannot control. What follows is one of the most exuberantly sustained set pieces in the entire series, a comic ritual that begins with a case of mistaken identity and expands through layers of ceremony, cuisine, and catastrophic good fortune into a full-scale confrontation between Lucy Carmichael's improvisational genius and a tradition that was never designed to accommodate her. The young Native American men who earlier discussed oil wells and college tuition have now shifted into the performance of cultural continuity required by their employment. Their fathers, the chief and the medicine man, appear as living embodiments of an older order, speaking in the deliberate, slightly stylized cadence that television of the period used to signal indigenous authority. The sons, caught between filial respect and modern education, attempt to navigate the expectations of both worlds. Into this delicate balance walks Lucy, still carrying the urgency of the unsigned papers and the residual adrenaline of her 2-hour pursuit. She is lost. She needs directions back to the hotel. Her request, delivered in the bright, slightly breathless manner that is her custom when dealing with strangers, is received not as a practical inquiry but as an omen. The recognition unfolds with the slow, irreversible logic of myth. One of the older men studies her red hair, the fire in hair, and reaches a conclusion that no amount of subsequent denial will be able to dislodge. She is the rain goddess. The announcement is made with the gravity of a prophecy fulfilled. Many moons they have waited. Now she has come. Lucy's protests are immediate, detailed, and entirely futile. She is not a rain goddess. She has trouble turning on her own shower. She is simply a woman looking for her boss. Each clarification is absorbed and then smoothly reinterpreted as further evidence of divine modesty. The more she insists on her ordinary humanity, the more thoroughly she confirms the role that has been assigned to her. The ceremonial feast that follows is a masterpiece of comic culture clash. Lucy is seated in the place of honor. Dishes are placed before her with solemn hospitality. The first course is raw fish. Her reaction, polite horror masked by desperate social grace, is rendered by Lucille Ball with microscopic precision. She does not scream. She does not leap away. She simply registers in the slight widening of the eyes and the careful stillness of the hands the realization that refusal is not among the available options. The second dish is identified as buffalo liver, though one of the younger men, in a muttered aside, suggests it may simply be chop liver. The distinction is academic. Lucy is required to eat. She eats. The medicine man's approval is expressed through the offer of a ceremonial pipe. Lucy declines. The decline is not accepted. She smokes. The tobacco, she is informed after a fit of coughing that turns her face the color of a rainbow, is not tobacco at all. It is more raw fish. The information arrives too late to be useful. Throughout the feast, the script maintains a careful double vision. On one level, the ceremony is played for the broad comedy of a contemporary American woman confronting unfamiliar protocols. On another level, the young men are clearly performing a version of tradition that has already been adjusted for the tourist economy of the resort. There asides their private negotiations with Tex Critter, their ambition to strike oil and finance their educations. All serve as reminders that the solemnity is at least partly constructed. Lucy, however, has no access to this backstage knowledge. She experiences the ritual as authentic, binding, and inescapable. Her cooperation is therefore absolute. She eats what is placed before her. She smokes what is offered. She prepares with mounting dread for the dance that will be required of her. The demand for the rain dance arrives with the force of sacred obligation. The tribe has waited 50 years. They do not want a singer. They want a dancer. Lucy's attempts to postpone "there are too many evil spirits present, the medicine man must first clear the area" are accepted as proper ceremonial caution and then used against her. The medicine man performs a vigorous, if not entirely effective, exorcism. One evil spirit, however, remains. At that precise moment, Mr. Mooney, having grown tired of waiting for the papers, and having come in search of his missing employee, walks into the clearing. The identification is instantaneous. He is the remaining evil spirit. Lucy's greeting, "Hi, Mr. Mooney," is received by the assembled company as further confirmation of the spiritual hierarchy now on display. She is the rain goddess. He is the force that must be overcome before the rain can be summoned. The dance itself is pure Lucille Ball, a masterpiece of committed improvisation under impossible constraints. Instructed to think wet, she begins a series of movements that attempt to translate the idea of precipitation into the language of the body. Arms undulate, feet stamp. The upper torso sways in patterns that suggest both invocation and mild panic. Mooney, ordered to remain in character as the evil spirit, stands at the edge of the performance space, radiating a brand of reluctant malevolence that only Gail Gordon could make funny. The medicine man supervises. The chief observes. The younger men watch with the complex expressions of people who know the tradition is being stretched past its breaking point and have decided to let the experiment run its course. Failure is declared with ceremonial finality. There is no rain. The rain goddess has not succeeded. The consequences burning at the stake chopping of heads are outlined with a bluntness that sends Mooney into a fresh register of alarm. Lucy, undeterred, simply intensifies her efforts. The second attempt is larger, wetter in conception, more desperate in execution. And then, at the exact moment when the ritual seems about to collapse into violence or farce, the ground itself intervenes. A dark liquid begins to seep upward. The younger men recognize it first. Oil. The well they have been monitoring all summer has finally come in. The rain goddess has not produced water. She has produced something far more valuable in the contemporary economy of the resort. The reaction to the strike is a comic explosion of conflicting value systems. The young men are ecstatic. Tuition is now within reach. The older men are appalled. Oil will place them in a higher tax bracket. Lucy, still half inside the role she never requested, declares victory. She has done it. She has brought the rain. The fact that the rain is black, viscous, and commercially transformative is a detail that can be sorted out later. Mooney, released from his temporary identity as evil spirit, regards the entire proceedings with the expression of a man who has permanently revised his understanding of what can happen when he leaves the bank for a quiet afternoon. The sequence is remarkable for the delicacy with which it handles material that could easily have tipped into stereotype. The Native American characters are granted both dignity and comic agency. Their traditions are treated as real enough to generate genuine ceremonial pressure, yet flexible enough to accommodate the absurdity of Lucy's presence. The oil strike itself functions as a perfect narrative punchline, the one outcome that no one was dancing for, and the only outcome that resolves every practical tension the subplot has generated. Lucy's rain dance has failed as meteorology and succeeded as economic miracle. In the moral universe of the Lucy Show, this is the only kind of success that ever truly counts. Lucille Ball carries the entire movement with a performance of extraordinary technical control. The eating, the smoking, the dancing, the rapid shifts between protest and cooperation, all are rendered with the clarity of a silent film clown who has somehow been given dialogue. She never condescends to the ritual. She never undercuts Lucy's sincere attempt to meet the expectations placed upon her. She simply allows the character's fundamental good will to operate at full strength inside a situation that grows more impossible with every beat, and the result is comedy of a very high and very human order. By the time the oil is flowing and the ceremonial roles are being shrugged off like borrowed costumes, the Tumbleweed Inn has been permanently altered by Lucy Carmichael's passage through it. The secret hideaway is no longer secret. The rain dance is no longer purely sacred. The evil spirit has returned to his ordinary identity as a bank executive with unsigned papers still somewhere in the chain of delivery. And the rain goddess, her work complete, is free to resume the more familiar role of the woman who only meant to drop off a document and somehow ended up changing the local economy instead. The freeway back to the city is still 2 hours long, the Wilcox papers are still waiting. But the ground, at least for the moment, has opened and given up something darker and more valuable than water, and Lucy Carmichael as usual is standing at the exact center of the unexpected harvest.